Buonasera a tutti, good evening, and welcome to Fate's Grip, episode 12, Spiral. Spiral.
What?
Hello, everyone.
I was like, oh, I thought it was Spiral. What?
Look, I will celebrate, first of all, that...
Yeah, we're all in the same room.
Oh my goodness. This is a special moment. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to you as well. This is an awesome fivesome this eve.
Whoa.
I know.
Hold on. Buy us dinner for... Oh, wait, shit. You did.
I did. It was my turn.
But now I'm all tired.
Oh,
Chicken tummy.
Yeah.
Chicken tummy.
I'm sleepy.
no.
I ate a bad kebab.
That was a different type of evening.
The very first big shout out I want to do is to your cap. This evening. The amazing thing that is this. What? Look at this cap. It's awesome. It's got Fate's grip on it. It's so cool. Wait, where's that from?
Hey,
Yeah.
Oh,
if you check the
Where is
chat, it's from
Whoa.
our merch store. You can check it out now and buy some cool shit.
Is it one size fits all?
Tis. It's
Yeah.
adjustable.
Nice.
I'm a bit of a boof, so if it fits me, it'll fit anybody.
Okay.
Go put that on the quotes.
Buffet.
Yeah. Excellent.
100%.
Forego anything cap related. Very cool. That's really awesome. I am absolutely going to get one because it's a really cool thing. So fourth wall, absolutely get in there, get some Fate's Grip merch. We are also going to go to another announcement. If you would like to. If you would like to watch or listen back on any of our episodes, let me get my words right, you can go onto our YouTube channel our Spotify podcasts or our Apple Podcasts channel, and you can listen or watch us again there. If you didn't get a chance to look at the playback on Twitch, which disappears every 2 weeks. So,
Remember when we found that out?
oh my god, I hate myself.
Ah, what a time to be alive.
Oh, so good. Oh, yes. To that effect, another thing is if you want to donate to us, you can do so through our
Stabbed myself a
subs here. You can use your free Amazon Prime that you all have Amazon Prime of, or you can go on to our Ko-fi, K-O-F-I. You can look us up, Fate's Grip, and you can help us make our studio thing a lot better, our room within our home.
Look what the people have already done.
It's a lovely backdrop, a lovely setting. Beautiful. You should be a presenter.
I have a shout out.
Go for it.
Hey, shout out to everyone that tuned in to Echoes of Divinity on Friday night, and to the players. Thank you. It was
How was it?
it was stressful. It was stressful, but in a good way, in an enjoyable stress. Yeah. Guess you have to find out by tuning in. Whatever the next one is.
Stay tuned.
Exactly. Lovely. Did nice. We have perhaps an ardent roleplay card this evening, Dragon Horde. So if you want to get
What'd you call
into
it?
augmented reality, whoa. If you want to get into augmented reality to enhance your D&D, then get into ardent roleplay.
Can you hold?
Enjoy. And you can download the app and make your scenes AR ready.
Unless.
Beautiful. Unless what?
What do we
Oh no, I'm talking to Sheldon.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh, nice.
That's all the shout outs. Oh yeah, we're doing something in April. What are we doing?
You said that already, didn't you?
Did I?
Oh, we're going to Supernova. Hey.
Hey.
Come check us out on Saturday the 13th at the Gold Coast Convention and Exhibition Centre. And we'll be playing D&D, but you roll for us.
I've got a new dice coming for that. One that will not.
Did you order one as well?
No, we could.
Oh,
No,
thank
no.
God.
We collabed.
coordinated on that.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, one that doesn't only roll fours.
Yes. So everyone will have an equal go. And when we're there, we'll be giving away some cool prizes too.
Yay!
Yeah.
What are we giving away?
I'll talk to you about that in the break.
Okay.
Which we
Sheldon's
also,
Nice.
which all of I think you weren't here when we collabed.
I'm giving away a date with Ben.
Nice.
Ooh, jeez, a day? That's 24
Date,
hours.
date.
Oh. Nice. Look what you got roped into.
Yeah.
Go karting.
It's a hell of a day.
For legal reasons, this is a joke. Like, don't take that seriously.
Oh, that might be a good way to do stuff
Oh,
for
actually,
free. 'cause
you're single.
Yeah.
We'll send you on a date.
Yeah, if you pay for it.
I'm out.
No,
can
I
do,
like
baby
this.
doll.
Jordan, a night with Jordan.
Treat me right, buy me things, we'll see where things go.
Bathrobes and everything.
What?
I don't know. I just imagined by the anyway
Ben
fireplace.
I know.
Ben knows from our honeymoon.
Yeah, in Fiji. Actual story.
Actually,
Yeah.
sorry.
There's photos and everything.
Yeah, there is an engagement announcement photo that we have now also.
Lovely. Can't wait to show that off. Well, any other shout outs that you'd like to make, or shall we go into the sesh?
I'd like to shout out. I'd like to shout out Sheldon
Nice.
for being here.
Thank you. I'd like to shout me out too.
Kebabless.
Nice.
Kebab.
No kebab.
You should just watch the shout out portion of last week.
I've purged it from my body.
Because I think what I actually did was hold this up and say, "Oh, I ate a bad kebab."
I
Yes,
did.
you did.
It did.
With
Yucky.
Quilton. As your focus.
I'm glad we had this
Can't really
conversation.
go into any more detail than it was a bad kebab.
I think we went into a little bit of detail.
Yeah, we
on
made up.
your behalf.
We made up stories.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. We truly did.
That involved me shitting myself then.
Whoa.
Anyways.
This is why we have the mature content warning on.
for the
No, there's
immature
worse things to
company.
be said than that.
Anyway, you ever shit yourself, Michaela?
I bet you have. If you go back far enough.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. As
Anyway,
3 weeks.
let's recap before
Let's
this turns to shit.
Okay. Got that.
Whoa.
I know. Let's recap, everyone, and play some Dungeons and Dragons. So, with the news that Captain Troon was in the safe hands of House Denith, but the reports of the mayor of Vedica, Mayor Island, were uncertain, you decided to receive the rewards from the dwarves of House Jarasco and went to their hospital, and underneath their headquarters in Vedica, you found an expanse of work and forge. And you received these gifts by Finkel Forgefire, the head of the house. Each of you waited and received these gifts and drank Nightwood Ale. You awaited Avalea, one of the 12, and when she arrived, she dismissed your efforts and vowed to end the undead threat on Vedica herself. You shared words with Lila and her apparent failure in her quest to...
I don't know if we ever went, you're a failure,
No,
Lila.
her of her own volition.
Say, Jesus Christ.
and decided to join her on her trip to Korth, where she will quit the administration lording over her and make her own path, where Maury also is destined. Okay. So you are still in this dark room that only is lit by the sparks of flame and forge and heat and smoke, as the blacksmiths still continue to make armor and weapons of swords, shields, and breastplates around you. The hammer on steel, the hissing of hot metal in water overcomes your senses, but that's only overcome again by that sweet Nightwood Ale that you continue to sip on. Avalea, one of the 12, has left. Lila is with you, and Maury. And the dwarves that you've been traveling with briefly in Vedica have left as well. After giving you their gifts, Kailani, you received, for the purposes of a bit of recap, a 3-barreled musket. One of
Bada bing, bada boom.
extremely long range. And practiced on it a little. Locke receiving a breastplate with a sapphire jewel within. And then Rin receiving a intricate and very interesting small pouch from whence you retrieve at the moment random things, coins, but jewels and perhaps knickknacks. But you don't know from where these items come from. So as you are all investigating your new items and you're around this table, you know that your next step, as you've spoken about, is to leave this quest now to the 12 and to start your journey towards Korth. But while you're around the table, is there anything you'd like to do before you leave this House Jarasco
I have a DM
headquarters?
question.
Yes.
Because this is our first time leveling up in campaign 3.
Mm.
Level up rules. Are we long resting when we level up or
You
no?
are long resting. You all have, as you drink this ale, regained your strength, spell slots, abilities. Level 4, everyone.
Love that. Then I am focusing on having a lovely, cool beverage.
Okay. You decided not on the Nightwood Ale, or did you partake a little?
No, I partook.
Good.
She partook.
I like to think I have some sort of a tolerance, having worked in a pub before or a tavern.
You do. To that effect,
Liver of steel.
you're surrounded by your associates, your friends, and Ivor, you sort of tinker a little bit with this golden necklace around you. It's a couple of inches wide, and they are large golden rings that furl down into your stomach.
The chain.
It's a very large chain, though not heavy.
It's 2 chains, actually.
You feel somewhat hardened by this necklace, so much so that the drink that you're drinking doesn't seem to be giving off the same effect to you as your friends. It's especially Rin, who looks quite uneasy on his feet.
So I'm in the tavern with my chain on, getting turned. Nice.
Dwarven wrapper.
Nice. But I don't want to get robbed immediately, so I'm going to tuck it away within the folds of my cloak.
It's not a tavern per se. It's at the headquarters of House Jurassico, which is like a healing house.
Right.
It's underneath that they have a separate tavern to the forge that's right next to you as well.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm sitting. I'm still. I feel like I should be a bit more discreet with this giant gold chain, so I'm going to tuck that away.
Cool.
Because it just doesn't seem like a wise thing to be wearing around the place.
Lovely.
Did you say I was not feeling as drunk as usual?
It was only as you put on the necklace that it seemed like the dizziness you were feeling, that unsteadiness of your feet, abated immediately.
Can I just like take it off for a second and see how I feel?
As you take this off and you put it down, it's almost like you feel heavier without, and you feel yourself almost falling off your chair. This night owl now, even the taste is stronger in your palate, and from what you've drunk, it was beautiful but strong.
Nice. I put the chain back on and turn to my companions and say, this chain gives me some kind of resistance to poison.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Why are you drinking poison?
No, because the ale. Never mind.
It's definitely, certainly not poisonous, but
Yeah, like mildly. Anyways,
All forms of poison?
I don't know. I'll have to experiment with it, but that's what it seems to be doing.
So you're not feeling the effects of alcohol at all?
Feeling them less.
Lila says, I can let you know what it does if you like.
You say that like it's not, like it does something else.
I feel power emanating from it. I can spend some time to concentrate on this and let you know in time.
I think that's a good idea, but I'm going to sober up first.
Okay. She starts to just close her eyes slightly, though they're only half closed, and you can see her holding her hand out towards the chain, not touching it, but just almost reaching as though she's reaching out or starting to, and she starts to mumble a little under her breath. And you can feel a coolness take all of you on the table as there seems to be her voice, though a whisper, echoes around your ears and a spell is being formed. It continues. Maury looks over a little impressed and he says, well, I think, again, I feel somewhat curious as to my presence not really being noted by one of the 12. Though in her presence I felt quite intimidated. I hope the others are not like her. She seemed a little aloof. Once we get to course, depending on what there is to do and what you need to do, I don't want to take up your time too much and have you as my guide the whole way, though I would ask perhaps for a little guidance towards the capital. I would like to perhaps talk to my goal is to talk to one of the members of the royal family, at least someone who has authority to try and get a voice to Aranel. If you were to help accompany me, that would be, perhaps your questions can be answered as well.
Do you think that there's someone in Korth that could do that for us?
Well, we always start off with the town guard, and then he would take us to perhaps a voice, and one day our presence hopefully will be more well known.
Perhaps if we could get a missive or letter from the mayor here on the work that we've done,
It is an idea.
and then go to Korth with those blessings, and perhaps we'd be able to get the ear a bit
That is
quicker.
a good idea. I think to forward a letter on more quickly than us, announcing our arrival some days before, would be quite a thing. So Mayor Ireland, I believe, was the name.
Yes, but we still have not heard where he is yet.
Should we find him then before we leave?
I guess that's the only loose end that we have, really.
Well, we need to get our money from Troon,
Well, yes,
on
true.
your table. See a mayor, apparently.
Yeah. We know where Troon is. That should be easy enough to do. And quickly.
House Denise.
From memory, should we be near the mayor's residence where we're at it currently?
With Captain Troon, can we not just invoice him? Don't you have the ability to send a letter to anyone, anywhere, anytime?
No, I mean I can post it.
We could just
some other guy will take it.
send
there.
him an invoice and he can
Yeah.
send us the gold, surely.
I mean, he's only 20 minutes away.
He is about 20 minutes walk.
I am also conscious, though, that all of these loose ends turned into more loose ends, and then we get caught up in, well, shit, really.
I mean, that's easy. The next troubled child we see, we just ignore.
Well, no, that's not what I meant, but also keep in mind that Lila does need to not linger too much and must make her way to the 12.
I have no business here. I'm ready to go. So we can.
It's very generous of you to offer to post the table as well for Maury.
No, I can't fit the table in the hat, man. Can't do that, Maury.
A shame, but I've thought better of it, and I don't want to impose you on such a heavy item. I'll leave it here, and perhaps I will come back for it another time. At that point, you notice Vugbo, the bartender, the young dwarf, has been hovering around. Drunk as he is, he still appears to be a little making some sense as he says, "Oh, I was going to say, if you don't mind, I have a letter. If you can take it, I notice you're one of the wayfarers. Can I bother you with taking this to Korth? My cousin, Mineo, is just is it Mineo? I think it's Mineo. I owe him a little bit of coin here," and he puts some money into this envelope. He's one Mineo, I kind of remember. I'm a bit too drunk, but here, take it to him, and I'd be more than happy to pay.
Sweet. Is there like an address written on the envelope or something like that?
Korth.
Right. Is his name written on the envelope?
Yeah, there, and you can see on the very very top
Name and
in Dwarven rune is Mineo.
All right. Sweet. That's 3 copper. Put it in the hat. I take my hat off and.
He takes out a silver piece and pops it in for your trouble, for the travel as well.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
No, thank you.
Just out of character question. Does the hat give change?
Nah. And then put the letter in the hat as well. Yeah, there you go. So it's someone will deliver that.
When you say someone, I'd prefer it if you did.
Ah,
Well, you're going there, aren't you?
yeah.
You'd probably get there before your letters would.
Yeah, you never know. Ah, all right.
If you ask around for him, he's pretty well known in Korth. He's a barkeep like myself, but he makes his own brew. I used to try it. It's amazing.
All right, I'll fish around. Can I? Oh, fuck. Take the hat off. Ah, jeez. Yeah, all right, I'll deliver it. Hang on. I guess when I get there, I'll be the nearest one, so it should come out.
I don't know how it works. I trust you.
Yeah, good. Well, then no worries. I'll deliver it. Guaranteed.
Thank you. And he goes back off to have another drink of his own nightwood ale.
All right then. Should we go to the mayor?
You know that from here, you're towards the middle of town, and on the west side of the village, of the town, is the mayor's abode, next to the keep, or next to the keep district. You've seen it from afar. It's a mansion of a place, but it hangs off the hill of the keep itself.
Ow!
Is everyone done here then, or?
All done.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd actually prefer the quicker we get out of here, the better. I've now been hit on like 3 times. I've kind of had enough of it.
Yeah, me too. I ain't gonna drink in this place.
There's only us in here.
What else did I do when I was drunk?
No, you don't have to worry about that, Ivor. I mean, Rin.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. All right,
How drunk
well,
are you out of 10?
4. All right. Didn't they send someone off to go look for the mayor?
One of the dwarves that were talking about the big quest that they were on, yes. But you hadn't seen who specifically was being sent.
Yeah.
Just members of House Jurasco were the answer.
Since we've been here, has anyone returned? No. All right. I guess we'll go to the mayor's then.
Lila, though still whispering, immediately gets out of her chair, eager to go. Maury slides off a little bit. He only had a couple of sips of this nightwood ale, but he himself looks a little worse for wear, stumbling a little, though he doesn't need to be supported. And with a wave from Finkel, the house leader of Vedica here, you all together just traverse back up the spiral staircase, up into sunlight again. As you do, you find yourself on the ground floor of this hospital, and you walk out and you see that there
Is
doesn't.
anyone sneezing in this hospital?
Thankfully not. No one is sneezing. Sneezing.
Sneezing!
Apparently.
Well, hey.
Sneezing here. As you leave, you find yourself under a thick cloud as snow falls again. You anticipate it's probably just before lunchtime, but it's dark enough to be evening, and you can see these thick grey clouds have quickly gathered and have dropping what looks to be thick but slow falling snow. Not a blizzard, no wind encompasses you, but it's enough to not see past maybe 100 meters in front of you. It's thick enough to slow your gait a little because the snow has now formed about up to your ankles. It appears like a normal couple of streets as you start to walk further and further towards the mayor's home.
Sorry, Eugene.
Please.
That's a pretty significant snowfall in the time that we were down there. Yeah?
Make a nature check. If your concern has you looking around to try and find anything unusual.
Yeah. Okay. 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
You were in the when you left, it was fairly bright. Fairly bright daylight, only a couple of clouds. As you left, it has been a couple of hours at the most.
Yeah.
For it to gather that quickly, it is unusual, but there doesn't seem to be anything unusual about it right this moment. There doesn't seem to be anything adverse. You see a guard or two every now and again. They don't seem concerned. Villagers around you, people of Vedica, they appear as though it's natural. They're not. There's no obvious looking up, worried looks. That sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay. No. Continue.
As you continue towards the mansion, you see it. It's a fairly large 2-story home. It has a triangular tiled roof, and you can see sits under the shadow of the keep, up on top of the hill. And you could probably tell from the keep down, you can see all of that expanse of garden, and it's almost about an acre worth of land around this keep, and it's walled as well. Though you notice that outside of it, there are many members of House Denith already there. They appear to be guarding the wall that leads in. The wall connects to the side of the hill, essentially. It rises about 12 feet high, though it is quite a thin stone wall, meant to probably just keep out the ruffians and robbers, not necessarily siege equipment. And you see that it encircles around the outside, going from left and around. You can see that the 2-story building is quite tall for a 2-story building. The ceilings of the first floor are probably 12 to 15 feet high. It's quite a tall building. And the rooftop is quite slanted as well. Though you don't see Captain Troon, you see the gate to the only entrance that looks to be here open, and some of the House Denith guards looking at you as you approach. As you approach as well, and just as soon as you get to this gate, Lila whispers to you, the necklace does provide more resistance to poisons and other effects that might otherwise impede your health.
Nice.
Keep wearing it. It is a good boon. It is a strength.
Wonderful. I'll put it back on and... I never took it off.
No.
Actually. Yeah. Wonderful. I'll make sure it's concealed though still.
Cool. One of the guards of House Denith, or one of the mercenaries at least, stops you. You can see that she is a short brown-haired woman of elven look, golden eyes. She looks like she's holding this spear in a good posture, in a guarding sense. She wears the shield as well, which is emblazoned with the mark of House Denith. And she says, "Halt! You look familiar. Have you been to the other side of House Vedica, of Vedica, to our house recently? You spoke to Venonia, no?
That's correct, yes.
What brings you here?"
She actually gave us little signets or something, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, and I'll pull it out and instinctively show it.
She immediately relaxes and she says, "Oh well, you have the you all have the signets," and Maury and Lila show theirs.
We're actually seeing if the mayor was in.
She looks towards the mansion for a moment and she says, "You might want to go inside then. I think, well, Captain Troon has been expecting you."
Captain Troon's here.
He is.
Nice.
Head in and see what he has to say.
Right, thank you. What was I was actually looking for her name. What was the captain's name? Sorry, the lieutenant's name?
Of House Denith?
Yeah.
Venonia.
Venonia.
Mayor's dead. 100%.
Are you saying that in character?
As we're walking through.
No.
The gate is a metal...
Sick.
The gate is metallic and it's a little rusted, and the hinges do creak or a little bit as they are opened for you. And as you enter, you find yourselves still in deep snow, but you can see underneath it as you walk fresh grass, as though it's only just recently started snowing. The door is to the main to this home is open, and you can already see from within there are a number of town guards and House Denith mercenaries within.
So I can see in through the open door, and there's a bunch of assembled guards all standing each other. Okay, so in character, Mayor's dead, 100%.
Are we putting money on this?
Are these guards looking at each other in that like, oh man, we're gonna stand around while there's a dead body lying over there? You know the look.
You can make an insight check as you're walking more towards
May
this
I also
scene.
roll, since
Sure.
it has been brought to my attention that
Absolutely.
this might be a thing?
There they are.
Oh, okay.
Oh. 6.
23.
Jeez. Ivor, you look in and a lot of these faces are fairly impassive. They don't look like they're concerned nor excited by anything in particular. They actually look very disciplined because they seem to be just staring over the heads of each other, looking directly past each other, as though they're just ready for the next order. So it's very hard to tell what mood they're in.
See, everyone's trying to avoid drawing attention to themselves because then they'll be asked to touch the weird, gross corpse.
What do I think?
For the purposes of what you just asked yourselves, I'm going to send this to you privately.
He's dead.
Well, I mean, dead could mean a lot of different things these days.
You said you said it out loud, right? Smell any dead corpses? That might be a bit harder with the winter. Oh, this colour tends to
Wait, what?
smelly's not as bad.
Can I give a little sniff and see if there's any decomposing smells in the air?
Sure. Perception check.
I've seen you sniff
I'm
some.
a cadaver detection dog. 17?
Can he smell dead?
It'd be weird if you're like, oh, there's a barrel.
You
He's over
smell.
here.
You smell. You have a scent of iron.
It's blood.
Well, I've been smelling a lot of blood lately. Is it blood?
It has a similar scent.
I was just in a forge as well. Is it forge iron or?
No, it's more blood iron.
Oxidized iron.
I don't know if the mayor is dead, but people don't look.
We're talking like
ecstatic
amongst
to be
ourselves,
here.
yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can smell a lot of blood.
Okay.
Gross.
What?
Could be like. Yeah, right. It might not be the mayor. Might be.
It could be anyone. Hey, maybe it's that member of the 12 who had so much arrogance about her.
I told her to look after herself.
Yeah, that was a really good speech. I enjoyed that.
Kind of feel like maybe it sunk in a bit.
Anyway, God in the sky.
Are you walking in?
Yeah,
Which god? I could give you a couple.
I don't know too much about gods.
Alright, well, this is going to be exciting. I hope you're ready to postpone that trip.
May I just point out once more that this is the exact type of thing we are trying to avoid, is getting involved in things we don't need to get involved with.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody get any blood on their feet. Get the fuck out of here.
Alright.
As you enter the room, you notice a hallway immediately in front of you, followed by a room that has an arched wooden. It's all wooden furnishings, wooden floors, varnished walls of the same sort of varnished but a little bit lighter, all very brown, like all browns and creams of color, and they're slats of wood as well. And you can see that it's almost as though it's overbearingly shiny with varnish. And as you walk in, you notice that the hall is wide enough that a couple of lines of guard, as well as yourselves, can traverse through. As you move through this doorway, nothing appears out of the ordinary. You see a couple of paintings on the wall that look like they're only. They're pretty enough. Scenery, a portrait, but not masterful. You go around the corner into this first room where it seems to be the majority of this ruckus or this activity is being had. And you notice that the room has been untouched. There's what looks to be a small, long table in the center, which would be maybe this would be depicted like a sitting room, where furnishings of lounges, chairs appear. They are a very, very comfortable plush surroundings. The table has been moved aside. You can see that by the creases in the floorboards. Recently or not, you're not sure. But that scent of iron and really does overpower you, Rin, quite significantly, and you all now have this whiff of it. Captain Troon is in the very center of this room. You see another hauled doorway leading into what looks to be a kitchen, though there's nothing coming, no sense coming from there. He's pacing the middle of the room, and he's looking down at the floor, and he's moving again. He looks towards a guard in silence, looks towards another of House Deneth in silence. Doesn't he really even notice you enter? He seems quite a bit more healthy. He looks like he's been maybe magically healed, and quickly, because he wears studded leather armor, wears a long sword, holds a shield in battle-ready form. He has these in the shield on his back, the sword in the scabbard, but he is prepared, and he looks around confused. Lila steps forward. Captain? And he breaks out of his concentration. He looks up. He gives you this unsmiling nod. Welcome. Welcome to this mystery of a room.
What's going on here?
Perception check.
Sure, go for it. What do you, anything in particular, or just anything out of the ordinary?
Set of mysteries, so I'm gonna.
Cool.
Or investigation, which one?
Investigation, if you want to walk around the room and look out for things that look amiss.
16, 18.
Okay. You wordlessly now start to walk around the room. A lot of these guards move to help you, to make way for you as you sort of look around, look behind the couch, look through a window that appears to be looking up towards the keep. There's a couple of things that are interesting to you. Firstly, the glass is broken. The glass that looks like it's facing the keep looks like it's shattered, though there's no remnants of glass on the floor.
It's broken outwards.
You don't know. It doesn't look like it's been broken inward or outward. It looks like it's just shattered, but you don't know from which direction. To your best understanding, yes, from the inside out it looks like, because there's no glass on the ground at all. Another thing that takes your interest is the fact that you do smell this blood, and as you look around the room, it's coming from the very center of the room, underneath. Well, you get closer, and it's almost as though the blood should be visible on the wood underneath the coffee table, this small table, but it's not. There's no evidence of blood whatsoever.
What seems to be the mystery, if he hasn't already replied to?
Captain Troon says, well, you smell the blood. There's no blood. You look at the glass, the window, and there's no evidence of glass shatterings inside or outside. And there's no sign of Mayor Island. I found this note, and he pulls out what looks to be a small parchment and just puts it onto the coffee table open. And very clearly, in common, you see the word passageway. And he says, well, we've scoured this home, and there doesn't seem to be something like a passageway. I was thinking, well, it looks like it's in the handwriting of the mayor, but I don't quite know where they've gone. Bless you.
Bless you.
Are you doing that in character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ivor gives a sneeze,
Sure,
and
do that.
Captain Troon says, bless you.
Thank you.
And you... and he continues, he says, I feel like we have.
Stop huffing.
I feel like we have a mystery on our hands. Where?
I sneezed over there, bro. Why are you looking at me like that?
You need to have a very set rules when this comes up. You either pinch your nose and you blow out your ears in a sign of respect, or you run away so I can't hear it.
Let me just point out that he did in fact turn away out of politeness.
That is not enough.
It is for us mere mortals.
Captain Troon says, "I'm sorry. Are we discussing your sneeze?
Yes.
What is going on? We're trying to understand."
The mystery of why the dwarves hate us. Forget your room.
It's really been dwarves, actually.
I just reconciled with the last one.
While this is happening, I'm going to... I know they've said they've checked the room, but I'm going to look for any sign of, like, passageways, books that can be, like, pulled for secret doors, any of that sort of shit.
Sure. You're looking just around the room or around the house?
Just around the room to start with.
Sure.
What am I
Climbing.
rolling?
Do I see climbing?
Investigation. Yep.
I've been reading too many books.
8.
There aren't any bookshelves in this room, but you do move a lot of the furniture as this conversation's going on, and don't find anything of value. No.
Cool.
The mayor's dead, like 90%. I say to Captain Troon.
Well, or he has formed a clever escape. I'm.
Do you have anything of his?
Well, he looks around the room
No, but like a personal object.
like a shirt.
Maybe. Do we not know someone who can maybe locate someone?
Lila steps forward again and says, "I can, yes, let me get some of his personal, or I will find his bedroom and find his personal effects."
I think maybe you should not go alone, based on the fact that there could be some sort of a murderer on the loose of sorts. Maybe Rin, you could go with her. Give yourself a moment to breathe.
I'm going to sneeze loudly.
Rin?
Loudly and proudly.
Can I hold an action?
Yes, what action would you like to hold?
Psychic knife.
Okay. Yes, until what effect?
An intentional sneeze.
Okay. And you are sneezing?
No, I just said in
Ivor's.
future.
Oh,
I'm in future. I'm going loudly and proudly. I'm declaring my
okay.
Dominance.
lack of shit given.
Hey, Rin, how about you go with Lila?
Yeah, I will, but not because you told me.
If you get compressed into an infinitesimal space and all your blood becomes the outside of your body, like what happened to the mayor,
That is in itself a kind of sneeze. I feel.
Lila puts her hand around your shoulder and starts to try and guide you away from this conversation.
What is with the dwarves?
Lila shakes her head and make an insight check for me, Rin.
Dwarves just
11. That's actually a good insight for me.
Okay. She leads you away, and as she does, and you both eventually find stairs leading up to the second floor, she says, "Rin, I think we all need to respect each other's cultural differences."
Can you cast silence on his nose?
If I do, and I can, I'd have to do it on all of us. And then it has more of an effect than simply no longer being able to hear. You can still see when they sneeze. That
It's the noise. It triggers something in our brains. I can't help it.
I understand. I will try, and I promise you, I will try my very best to, in the moment that I see and observe a sneeze, I will try and silence it for you.
I'm worried that I might hurt someone.
I want to respect your culture and your wishes, but I also want to try and avoid bloodshed.
Oh, don't worry, there will be no blood. Not the way I'm gonna do it.
That is not comforting, but I'll do my best. Yes.
You would never sneeze at me, would you?
I've learned from others not to. I understand it's a great offence.
Must be a dwarven thing.
It seems to be only them, doesn't it? Though everyone does sneeze, Rin. I wouldn't put it to just Ivor. He means well.
No, I don't.
I don't know. Might have something to do with this dwarven rap music.
You make it up the stairs at that point, and through rooms of spare bedrooms and closets, you eventually find the bedroom, which it was the only door that was closed, though there are still guards of House Denny here on the upper floor, but not as many. But they seem to still be looking around, making sure there's nothing amiss about the place. As you enter in, she opens the door carefully, not making a sound, and you both go in, and you see yourselves in, weirdly, a small room compared to even the other bedrooms around you in the other parts of the home. This room is longer than it is, wider than it is long. It takes up essentially the full front of the home. You can see the bed directly in front of you facing the door, which was a large, arched, thick wooden door. You notice on your right cupboard, desk, writing tools, writing materials. On the right-hand side, on the left you saw that. On the right you see chests of drawers and a doorway leading elsewhere. She just looks at you and silently just points towards the chest of drawers and the archway while she starts to head towards the bed.
Look, I guess I would investigate or perceive. Looking for anything remarkable based on like all the events that have gone around with these dead people things, including orange cat hair.
Mm-hmm.
I guess any rotting smell,
Blood. Yep.
runes. That'd be the biggest.
Yeah,
ones.
those close things. Investigation.
Pissed off at dwarves. That's a 1.
Okay. You start making your way towards the chest of drawers and that side of the room. Everything seems to be in fairly good order. You notice that the chest of drawers look like they are... it's been a while since they've been opened. You notice that there's this thin line of dust that's on the handles, on the tops of the handles, as though this hasn't been used in quite a long time. This room in general. The floor, varnished, is also covered with this thin layer of dust, it seems. The archway just leads into a walk-in wardrobe where there appears to be even more clothes on hangers, suits. There seems to be shoes of all different varieties. There is a bookshelf here at the very end. There seems to be some fairly mundane-looking titles to them, Vedikar based, most of all, and Karnas based, just history books and things like that. The ceiling is fairly high as well. You can see that it's more of a plain-looking ceiling with just one chandelier that seems to be adorning the roof, but otherwise, that's it. Lila calls out to you at that point.
Oh, did you notice the high ceilings too?
She turns and she says, I'm not sure. There seems to be a feeling I have. A feeling that I can't shake. I must ask, I need you to try and look under the bed. For I can't.
So do you have a bad back or something?
Something like that. Just try and see. See if you can.
Okay, I'll look under the bed.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Don't lock this.
There you go, nat 1 to a nat 20.
Look in the washing machine.
I'm very good at looking under beds.
As you As you go towards the bed and start to bend down, this headache, or just in an instant, takes over your senses, and your eyes become that white, as though you're getting this massive migraine, and a feeling of fear, of blindness overtakes you. This, and you can also make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Whoa.
21.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
There's a feeling of almost passing out that is threatening to just blank you out, but you swallow and you look under the bed and you see in front of you this hand, severed, that's just laying there, that's holding a note, a piece of paper folded.
Try to grab the whole thing.
Yep.
Pull the hand out with the note.
You grab it and you take out the hand. It's deformed. There appears to be two fingers that stick out of the middle finger, one upward and one down. The thumb seems to be bloated and green, like it's going to explode into pus.
Gross. Why?
Good going.
The wrist area seems weirdly clean, as though it's just been severed, though very little blood seems to seep from it.
Does those deformities actually seem familiar to me?
Make a history check.
I was thinking more so from in the reaches.
Yeah.
That is an 8.
An 8. Nothing. You try and recall your time in the reaches and try and connect what you're seeing with what you know. They don't seem to be similar. No, they don't seem to have a connection. This just seems to be disgusting, and nothing takes your memory or remembering back. Lila says, "Why was it so difficult for me to see this? What does the note say?" Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. Give me the note.
Sneezing.
Jesus.
Dear diary.
If I could only
I'll,
write.
yeah, I'll try to pull the note out of the hand and hand it to her.
Okay.
That was fucking terrible.
She gives it. She opens the note and reads it quickly and says, "I don't know whether House Denise has discovered this or Captain Troon, but we need to go downstairs now."
What do you do? Don't tell me what that says.
She reads, "They've captured me. My blood will now be theirs. Basement. That's all."
Do you know if the mayor had a hand like this? It's pretty distinct.
She says, "I don't know what his hand looked like, but I'm assuming that's his. We should gather the others and go down."
All right.
In the meantime, during that understanding, Captain Troon is confused and angry, and he says, "By the way, there was no sign of Captain Gerald's body. We've scoured Vedica and we cannot find it. So either he is alive or someone has moved his body elsewhere."
Are we in a kitchen or something?
You're in the sitting room,
Yeah.
a sitting room that is adjacent to the kitchen.
Can I have a look outside the big window that's broken?
The big window's broken, yeah.
Yeah.
You look out and you see the hillside
Shit,
that
everyone
leads...
drink
Oh, hello.
something.
Thank you very much.
The remnants of Coke. That now
Ice
just
water.
tastes like melted ice.
Yummy.
Flavored.
Coke flavored, yeah.
As you
Melted.
outside, and posture check too. As you look outside, you notice the hillside of the incline of about 50 degrees, moving up of grass, well, of snow, grass underneath, towards the keep. The keep then has another wall that's just surrounding that, and there's a fairly blank space of what would be grass between you and the keep.
So is this a deep drop from where the window is, or is it just like a level?
No, just a level.
Just a level. So, and there's the glasses. Is there glass that's broken outwards? Just there's no broken glass anywhere then. No. What's outside? It's a courtyard or something.
Like a courtyard, yeah. Just a what would be a grassy area, but you don't notice that there were crops or anything growing or flowers because it's all just covered with snow now.
No signs of, I guess, footprints or anything, or anything. The shrubbery's been moved.
Make a
shrubbery.
Make a perception check.
Perception is 3, so 14, 15, 17.
Okay, as you have
Like someone darted through the bush or something.
yeah, as you look, you have an understanding that looking at how the glass is shattered in the window itself, it would have to have been inward. Just because the frame in the middle of the window seems to just notice that it's bending inward. That, coupled with what looks to be a perfect view of an open window in the keep, that seems to be on the same, facing the window that you're looking out of now.
So it's kind of whatever.
That trajectory seems like it would be pointing directly into the window here from one of the keep windows. And now you understand that that window that's facing you looks to be one of the windows that would have to have been from Captain Troon's old office, if not Captain Gerald's.
Yeah. I must be like, Troon, have you checked his office?
What do you mean his office?
And I'll just like point towards what I've seen with the window, with the broken window, and then in the direction of the other window.
He breathes out a frustrated sigh. Olfin, Midlaw, go. See what you can find, and you can see automatically. You can see one of House Denith and one of a guard of Vedikar take another 3 each, and 3 guards each, and they race out the door.
How quickly are they moving?
They're running.
How far away is this other window? Sorry.
Which
Into
other
the
window?
office. You said you went into an office
In the keep.
in the keep. Oh right.
Yeah. So the window directly in front of you seems to be facing the same side as one of the windows at the keep.
Right. Okay.
So there are areas of this place you haven't checked out yet.
Of this mansion, we've seen most, if not all. We've checked every room. We've moved every piece of furniture.
Okay.
If there's somewhere we missed, well, then it's very well hidden by magic or something other. I may need Lila or Maury, your assistance. And Maury just gives a quick nod, and Captain Troon orders a couple of guards to accompany him, and Maury starts to move around the home as well.
Never mind your magic.
I haven't forgotten about your reward. I have that in my office.
Well, if we could just collect that later.
I was not planning on being here. I was planning on meeting you or leading you at least to the office, but we have a missing mayor now, and I'm sorry, but that reward will just have to wait a little longer for me to understand what the hell is going on here.
Is the mayor an elected position?
Yes.
How much of a was he a good mayor?
It's not the fact that his disappearance or perhaps death is cause for concern. It's more, well, he was a good mayor, a good friend as well of mine. And it's not a personal thing, but a thing.
Insensitive Ivor over here.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
Not at all. It's we don't know if he's dead yet or not.
Say,
It's like 90%.
he's not dead yet.
90%.
If he were, even if he was, it would be something not to be taken lightly. The village or the town of Vedikar does need some vote of confidence. We keep this on the hush for now, please.
That was internal.
No, I thought that was. I was more concerned about the fact. Are you hungry?
Someone's
You need a
hungry
snack?
over there, damn.
No, it might be a bad burger.
Uh-oh. Kebab time.
What are the guards going to do over there?
They're going to collect your reward as well as just see if there's any evidence of tampering with the window, tampering with.
Is there anyone that's threatened the mayor recently?
No, well, not that I'm aware of.
Any enemies?
Remember, I haven't been in action for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but you said he's your friend, so
He
you
is.
must
But I
know certain things about him and his circle.
Well, before my disappearance, he was, which was a couple of weeks ago. There hasn't been any threats upon his life or anything of the sort.
No enemies in general. No groups that don't agree with his mayoral decisions.
Yeah, who runs against him in the election?
Haven't seen any vampires around recently.
No, he was fairly well liked by the group by Vedikar. He's
And the
been in the
vampire
role for.
community also.
I don't understand what you mean by that.
Okay.
The blood. Smells like blood.
And
It
also
does
we
smell like blood, which-
encountered something of the like.
It's a fair point.
Smells like 30 liters of blood. Like one full human's worth of blood.
Well, then tell me where it is because I see
It
nothing.
actually only takes 2 liters to kill you.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go, the more you know. He's definitely 100%. Turn that back to like 95% then.
Do you know where his private office is?
Just
He-
accept that.
His office is. Yes, down the road a little.
There's another one here in this house.
Not in his house. This is
Doesn't have
where
like
he
a
lives.
storage place
He doesn't
or
work
a.
for
He has a cellar,
Okay,
a wine cellar.
we've checked the wine cellar
Well, yes,
with the candlestick.
No, yes.
yes, we have.
Butler.
Is there a problem? And as he says that, Lila and Rin, you appear, and Lila says,
Is there a kitchen out of interest?
"In the next room."
Yeah, they've
Duck in
actually
there.
just like gutted a whole cow in there. That's what we can smell.
I'll go to the kitchen.
As you start to walk away, Lila appears and she says, "The basement. We need to look there a little harder." Rin and I found a note.
Yeah, I found this under the bed and I'll throw it to Ivor.
Oh gosh.
I'll catch it.
The hand, the
hand.
as you catch it,
Catch these hands.
the thumb explodes outward in a green goo on your face.
Go on your face, bro.
I'm
The smell
wearing
is
that necklace.
overwhelming, and you just that little taste at the back of your mouth, a little bit got into your back of your throat. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I immediately
This is like
pull out a water skin
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna dump it on his head.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, what?
A
Thank
water
you.
skin and just dump the water skin.
Oh, he's wearing a hat though.
Oh well.
the hat.
Now it's clean.
The hats, yeah, I was gonna. Constitution, that is a dirty 20.
Hey.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes.
You only taste rot, but nothing else is amiss.
Then you get doused in water.
Are you resistant to poison?
Yeah, I am. So,
Yeah, would have been. Maybe that's why.
yeah, there you go.
You do-
That is disgusting. Don't do that again.
Yeah. Whose hand is this?
Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting that to happen. I just thought it was going to be like, oh no, you threw a hand at me. Are you okay?
I'm not okay.
Anyway, the basement.
Hold on. Is this your friend's hand?
I can't tell. I don't know. Let's go to the basement.
Are you just
and we'll
holding
see.
rotted naked hand?
Yeah.
Is there a
Yeah.
cloth on the?
Looking around, there are some handkerchiefs
So
and
here, man. It's like don't hold on to pustule hand.
Fine. I'll stand it up base first if I can. I'm just gonna sit it on the
Use a
table,
cloth.
and so it kind of looks something like this.
Nice.
Ash
Thanks.
makes props.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Ash makes
Yeah.
stuff.
thank you
Ash,
so much.
Ash makes props. All the things Ash related.
It sticks fairly well, although it does droop. The fingers do droop a little bit.
Sad hand.
Yep.
I will make my way to the basement.
Captain
And
Troon.
whoever
Yeah, Captain Troon
leads.
is automatically ready, and he follows Lila and the rest of you towards. Well, Captain Troon leads. He takes you around the corner to the right. And are you continuing into the kitchen though? As you hear footsteps, you look behind you, and you heard the conversation.
Yeah, I can probably find what I'm looking for. We're going into a basement, are we? I'd imagine there'd be food storage and stuff down there. Yeah, I'll say.
Generally speaking, there is. Yes.
Yeah.
As you quickly walk, you turn a corner to the right. You go down the hallway a little more. You see a couple more pantries and a bathroom of sorts. And you go through the bathroom into another hallway. And then it's in this hallway you find a door that leads down. And Captain Troon leads. He skips a couple of steps quickly. In a bit of a, not a panic, but a purposeful leap down these stairs leading downward, and then they turn and they lead down another set again of older wooden stairs. There's torchlight here, and you can find yourselves very quickly at the bottom, where you have this smell of dirt and blood and wine and beer, alcohol, as in front of you, this torchlit room initially looks like a barrel room, where there are massive barrels that hug the wall, lining the entire room. Another doorway leads into another area, perhaps more storage and food, because you have that whiff of potatoes and ground vegetables. And in front of you is just these, there are 9 massive barrels in front of you. Captain Troon immediately gives instructions, and you can see the guards getting a little bit more intimate with these barrels and looking around them, looking underneath them, tapping on them. Some of them are poking a little hole in them just to make sure, and you can see a bit of wine sort of coming out of some of these barrels, and they're continuing their investigation through the hallways.
I'm gonna also investigate the room, look for
Okay.
any phantom body parts or notes,
Okay.
any runes,
Make an
any
investigation
blood.
check. Sure. Lila holds up in the center of the room as well, and holding what looks to be, and you did see her grab this in the bedroom, looks to be just a shirt. She mutters a spell under her breath too.
18.
18, okay. As you walk up to a lot of these barrels as well, you give them a bit of a tap. They all seem like they're filled with wine or beer or some sort of thing. And as you walk around, you notice one thing that's a little off. One of the massive barrels appears a little bit higher than the others. As you continue to tap one of these barrels, at the very end of one of them, as you're moving very close to the wall, you tap a barrel again, and it's the one that was directly in front of you to the left. It's hollow. But
Pull it off.
as you make a strength check, as you try and pull this piece of wood along this barrel open.
I'll use a knife to
Shimmy?
yeah, if I can.
Sure.
That's a natural 20.
Right, 2 of 2 this evening. Very nice.
She's strong for a 23.
So, Kailani, you jimmy open this piece of wood that's behind the barrel, and though it was, or at least the front portion of this barrel was filled, there was almost a dummy part of this barrel a little longer than the rest of them, that even though it was the same grain of wood, the same varnish, it's hollow. And you open up, you crack open this thing, and you look inside, and as the wood cracks open, inside is a passageway.
Okay, someone wasn't looking hard enough. Just over here.
Lila finishes her spell and she nods and says, he's in there. And
Great.
Captain Troon, before he can gather the rest of his guard, and you see about 10 of them there, you see a shadow move within the passageway itself.
Is there any lit torches down here?
Yes, all around. Between the barrels, there are 2 between each barrel.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy to make any light source burn brighter. Try and cast some of the shadows out.
Okay.
I'm also going to hitch a hand crossbow bolt and just shoot it down the passageway to see if there's A, how long it is, if I can't see that. B, if there's any sort of a reaction or anything that happens from doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Either of you doing anything else?
I might change the colour of my eyes too. Raise my hand up. Get all freaky with it.
Nice. As you watch, the room is just blazing light, as though it's daylight in here, and more. No sound, though it is this brightness just averts your gaze a little, and you see some of the guards also move their eyesight from the torch a little and just block their eyes away. Are you two doing anything in this moment?
No, I'm just impressed by the passageway. We're just kind of sussing it out. It's very interesting.
At that moment, one of the guards next to the barrel that's closest to the door, who's been looking towards your position, all of a sudden does this. Just jerks his body upward, and you can see through his throat a dagger.
I thought you were going to say a crossbow bolt, and I was going to be like,
No.
"Bruh."
Through it.
Friendly fire.
He shudders for a moment and then just collapses onto the ground. Nothing appears to have attacked him, but blood pours out of his throat as he gurgles into non-existence. As Captain Troon shouts at orders to just for guards to help him, you can see a couple of them start to go towards him. Another one, and in a shock, also drops.
I'm going to yell out, "Invisible guy."
Actually, I do have a feeling. Let me just check something. I can see invisible creatures within 10 feet. That's part of my blind sight fighting archetype.
Okay, cool.
So if anything invisible, even if I'm blinded or in darkness,
Yeah.
I can see them.
Okay. All right. As you watch, the moment that the second guard became incapacitated and gurgling from a hole in his throat, you notice this shadow that moved quickly away, though it didn't have form. It was literally like a shadow. And it seems to go outside of your field of view because it's no longer visible to you. The room itself is about 30 feet wide.
Can I move in its direction to attempt to follow it?
Yes, you can. As you walk directly towards it, you get another sighting. And as you watch,
Fucking shoot. I'm shooting
make an
the
attack roll.
crossbow bolt straight at it.
Sure.
How far away are the guards from me?
There are 3 guards around you, all within 5 feet.
It's too late for them.
They're just...
What?
I'd imagine just either they're dead or they're bleeding out.
Oh, you mean the ones that got stabbed?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, just the one next to you, 5 feet away.
Too late, man.
I can do it. I get down, spare the dying.
Yep.
Pray to Palor. Keep this man
Alive?
reserve. Yeah.
Reserve.
Reserve. That's right. Reserve this man's life.
For another stabbing.
Yeah.
That was a 14 to hit.
Your crossbow shoots and hits one of the barrels, and wine starts to pour out of it from a gaping hole in the wood. As you kneel down immediately and cast that spell, you see Lila head towards the second. Maury appears at the bottom of the stairs now, in shock, and he is simply there looking at the scene. What are you doing?
I guess trying to grab one of these torches that are lit.
Okay, yep.
Light up any dark areas.
Okay, as you take one of the torches, you have that in your hand and you're moving into these darker areas of the room. All right. At that point, you notice as you're moving a little bit more towards it again, the shadow moves to Captain Troon. And you can see he's looking around in just trying to find anything.
Like, Troon, move!
He immediately drops, and you can see out of thin air, you can all see a silver dagger strike just where he was. And he is on the floor, and he turns, and in a fluid motion, his sword is out, and he strikes upward where he was, and you all hear this, this almost shriek, an intake of breath, but no blood forms. But you do see him struggle as though he struck something. He says, "I can't hold on much
I'm
longer."
gonna shoot again, straight at this thing.
Gonna fire off a firebolt.
At his direction, sure. The wound closes up around this guard's neck immediately.
If I see them, I don't really have anything I can do for that. I'll go to the next one and do the same thing. Preserve this man's life.
Okay.
Makes more sense.
All right. What are you doing? Rin.
I'll throw the torch at that spot where his sword's sticking in.
Okay. Make an attack roll. Attack rolls galore. Go for it.
And do I add anything to torch throw?
It'll be your dexterity modifier.
18.
15.
What are the weapons that the guards have?
19.
Most of them are short swords, some spears, and shields.
Is there one with a spear?
Yep.
I don't reckon I'd be able to do that now. After doing...
You preserved life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Throw the spear.
The firebolt hits the wall and just extinguishes on its own. Doesn't seem to have made a contact with anything.
19.
19 and 18.
Yeah.
Your crossbow bolt does strike something and sticks into something that still doesn't appear. It's as though it's in thin air. You hear another grunting, and you hear this torch just tossed towards this invisible creature, hits something, and then falls onto the ground clattering. Doesn't seem to have done anything though. Do your damage.
Yes. Max damage. Hell yeah. 7
your
points
radiant?
of bludgeoning damage. Is
The
it
crossbow, right?
is it being held in spot by this?
So far,
Can I move closer and attempt to help grapple this creature?
sure,
As I get closer, do I see anything?
you do.
Fuck yeah.
As you get closer, you now see more of it's a half shadow, half material creature in front of you. It looks completely naked, but for a loincloth around its waist. Its skin is black, as though it's been burnt to a crisp, though it doesn't seem to be pained by it. You can see red eyes, this tongue that lolls out like a snake.
Ew.
You can see teeth that are sharpened. There doesn't seem to be a nose, it's a hole instead of a nose.
Oh my god, it's... no.
You can see this creature looks towards you and it realizes that you're looking directly at it and it smiles.
Still gonna try and grapple it.
Make a grapple. Make a strength check.
Gosh, I wish I had guidance at this point. I certainly wish I did. No. That is a total of a 7.
7? Okay. As you try and hold this creature down, you immediately get thrown back, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, as you get this weird shock that doesn't seem to be... your whole body seems to be on
Constitution saving
fire.
save?
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. Cool. You take 10 points of psychic
Holy
damage
shit.
as you just get absolutely thrown back, hit the wall behind you, and stunned. You are considered stunned at the moment.
Sick. Love that for me.
Now, you get thrown back a little more than 10 feet over the top of a barrel, and this creature is no longer visible to you.
Cool. Fine.
Captain Troon's sword.
I'm also stunned, so I believe
Yeah.
I cannot move, so that's fine.
Captain Troon's sword is now seemingly freed again as he swishes this sword around wildly, trying to make purchase with anything he can. And on the other side of the room, another guard, as a dagger, the same dagger seems to be jutting through his throat.
Can I fire an ice knife off at the guard who's got a knife in his throat? My intention being to go straight through him and hit this thing behind him.
Sure,
Or worst case, give him the splurty damage.
sure.
We're fighting a different battle, you and I. Ben.
Go for it.
Quickly, heal him.
It's a 10.
A 10 will still hit the guard.
The only way I could physically do that on this side.
The guard doesn't fall in time for you to hit it, but you can do area damage if you want to.
Perfect. So that'll be 2d6 of frosty damage. Help him.
I think this might be where he blows up.
That is 8 points of frosty explosion damage.
Okay. You can see a leg of the guard that just got stabbed explodes in ice shards. And you can see that there seems to be ice that is crusted around an invisible creature behind him that seems to shake that off quite quickly and is no longer visible to you after just but a moment. Captain True now yells, "Out, out, everyone! We're dealing with something beyond our power." And you can see a lot of these House Denith guards start to guardingly, not in a panic, but disciplined like well-paid mercenaries, hold their shields in front of them and just slowly start to organize move backwards.
Makes me feel bad about that guy.
Is there any smell coming that I can?
Rot.
Can I try and smell for a direction of the rot?
Directly in front of you, now that you are starting to move back with the rest of the guard, towards the passageway mostly.
Can I attempt to make a ranged spell attack where I smell the rot?
Sure.
How far away from me?
And shit else. It's 2.
So with that, you're trying to psychic
No. Well, it was a 6 to hit.
for what attack were you trying to do?
I wish I rolled it digitally. It was a chill touch cantrip.
Right, okay. The spell seems to take effect, though it doesn't seem to hit anything of worth. You notice that the passageway is somewhat... The little icicles that now appear on the outside of this passageway, but that's it. And Captain Troon is now at the head of this retreating group of people. Lila doesn't seem to have moved. She's still in the center of the room, and now she has this nimbus of deep blue surrounding her that seems to just be moving with a slight breeze, and this shimmer of a lattice of blue, deep blue on the outside and light blue on the inside seems to just be coalescing around her. All of a sudden you see this same silver knife start or just appear out of thin air, but it scrapes along this guarded shield, and she yells out, "Oh hey!" And as you watch, this blue expands all of a sudden, and you hear a thump as a barrel. This whatever invisible creature this is, it's knocked this barrel off of its platform and completely explodes and disintegrates this wood. Beer just covers the ground around her and around you. It laps at your feet.
Is it possible to see the outline of the creature from where the liquid is?
Make a perception check.
Is 17.
Yes, you do. You see it on the other side of the passageway, on the other side of the barrel. It seems to be in between. The barrel seems to be in between it and the passageway entrance, and it slowly
Can
rises.
I use an action to use guiding bolt?
Sure, make an attack roll.
And I'm going to use that at level 2.
Go for it.
Come on. Nope. That's going to be a 7
A 7. Okay.
with advantage.
You, though the outline it was more clearly seen now from the beer and the liquid, you still miss it. It still hits the barrel in front of you that was between it and the passageway, and the barrel also just disintegrates from the spell, and you watch as wine mixes with beer, and it uncovers a much bigger passageway door.
If it helps, whatever I hit is covered in a dim light.
Okay. So that light now coalesces around that area, amongst the broken pieces of barrel as
So you
well.
have advantage on whatever that is.
Nice.
All right. Well, that would be whatever I can do that turn, I guess.
I'm just going to be laying there stunned until I'm no longer stunned.
You can get up now. It was just
It's like getting winded, right?
a few seconds worth.
Yeah, great.
As you're covered
that
as
noise.
well with this alcohol, you watch as this creature doesn't appear anymore to be, to you anyway. You're now within 10 feet because it comes up to you. It starts to walk closer, and the shadowiness that it was becomes more solid.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna
As Lila still has this thing around her, this protection.
pull out my small pistol and like execution style attempt to just point blank it if I can.
Go for it.
Sweet.
The back of its head.
No, front. No, turn around, motherfucker. Actually,
Can I
no.
cast command on it?
If you have the spell, you can absolutely try.
Well, I think I need to act for command.
18.
18
Yeah.
hits.
Let me
Get on
hit
your
it.
knees.
Let me hit it. Where's my dice? There.
Paying attention to how much damage this does.
Oh wait, that's the wrong dice.
I needed 3d10s.
No, not the rifle. The
Yes, it's the pistol, yeah.
okay, 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Is that with your radiant bullets?
No, the other. And as you
That would be a disadvantage if I did that.
you watch as Kailani brings out what looks to be this weird metallic weapon with a barrel and fires it, and your ears explode with
Yeah, ow.
just this in this small room.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
It absolutely engulfs your senses, and you hear ringing in your ears. And again, make Constitution saving throws because it's just such a small room.
Do I have to?
Yeah, you do.
But I'm used to it.
Why
It's
was
a,
that 20 on I need that before.
you're
Nat
fine.
20. Nat 20.
17.
Yeah, you're fine.
10.
Okay.
18.
Ivor, you're deaf for the next minute.
Minute.
As the ringing just is overpowering your senses. And you watch as this shadowy creature just takes the bullet and stops. And whatever magic Lila seems to be casting becomes smaller as she seems to finish the spell. As the spell dissipates, she simply stands there watching next to you as well, Kailani, ready, silent. Captain Troon is the last person to leave. He is at the foot of the stairs. The rest of the guard have gone back up. Maury's still next to him. And this creature forms fully out of its invisibility. He's no longer burnt. He is, in fact, quite normal looking. Fair to tan skin, medium height, looks human, has a simple brown cloak on with a blue shirt, buttoned, a tie,
God, it's a wayfarer.
and black pants with black shoes pointed. Otherwise, the only unusual thing about this person is his eyes are a little bloodshot. He takes a slight bow and he says, "You are interesting folk. Perhaps it's time I do intrigue you with some things I've been working on. Would you like to see?"
Prefer a name first.
Well, there are some things we can't have in life.
This guy's got no name. No, I won't say that out loud. But
If you so wish as to accompany me, we can discover together what it is that we've been doing all this time.
Could you summarize it?
He turns, and this simple cloak waves a little, and you can see a little bit of glitter, what looks to be glitter, this unusual light coming from the cape. As he also puts his hand towards his side, and you can see several rings, very thick, jeweled, heavy rings on his fingers. Not all of them, some of them. And he starts to walk slowly towards the passageway door. And without looking back, he just turns up a hand and just gives a little gesture with his finger to say, "Accompany," as he walks through.
It's your passage, you found it.
He turns once more. "I am Lord Ferez."
Well, I think it would be silly of us not to go, but Lila, since you seem to have this super powerful magic, I don't know why I just spit.
You just get knocked out.
Ow.
We all did.
Yeah. Bit bloodied. Not super fucked up. I think maybe you should come with us.
She gives that stern nod. "I'm not going anywhere."
Thoughts? Feelings? Emotions?
Why are we following him into a cavern when we could be seizing him and taking him to the garrison, if not kill him?
Okay, well, we need to follow him to do that.
Where is he now?
And also,
Going through the passageway.
Locke, I don't know you very well, but I do feel like I've learned enough about you to understand that information is important to you.
We can still get that information off of him when he's been secured.
But why not get it off of him while he is willing?
Probably because we'll be in the underbelly of some undead horde.
Won't know unless we try.
I think he's getting away anyway.
He turns and he says, I should think you should accompany. Isn't that right, Captain Troon? As you instinctively turn, you hear a sword unsheathing, and you see him point the long sword towards you. And he points it at each of you, and he says,
Troon does.
"Yep." And he says, "I think you should listen to what he says."
Oh, lame.
Well, you leave us no choice. But some damsels in distress.
You're not going to pay us, are you?
Without smiling, Captain Troon says, "I have no intention to, no.
So you're seizing us as your prisoners then?
Guests."
Well,
Yeah, prisoners.
I'll just start following because I don't want a knife in my back and I don't want to have to struggle.
Do we think we can take these two? I think we can take these two.
Troon, definitely.
True, 100%.
I look down at my bloodied form after being struck only once. I go, if you want to, be my guest.
No. All right. No, we'll go. We'll go along with you.
I, for one, would like to learn some more.
Where's Maury and...
Maury has been jostled by Captain Troon,
He's
and
dead.
he's now next to you in the middle.
Don't jostle us.
Yeah, you did use the words guests.
Yeah. Don't be jostling. I think we all know how this is going to play out.
So where's the mayor then? At least answer that.
Oh, he will greet you shortly. Please.
I guess we're not getting that red ticket to...
Yeah.
It's still possible.
I'll look at Lila. What's she doing?
Lila has
Yeah, is she in on it?
she's looking concerned. She has that blue. She has a blue tinge, that same deep navy on her skin now. So the spell hasn't completely gone away. It seems like she's concentrating on that spell, though she gives. As you look towards her to find out what she's doing, she's looking directly towards this this lord, and she says, "You will not leave here alive." And this gentleman turns back and he says, "I mean not to. Please."
Yeah, we've heard that before, haven't we, Rin?
Can I guess try an insight, Troon, after what this guy said? Do I get the impression that he's potentially charmed, or
Yeah,
if
we can
he's
make an insight.
maybe was acting the whole time? Or
You
if
can make an insight, yeah.
5 gold.
Yeah, typical. Nah. Okay, the insight's terrible.
I bet you 5 gold one of these guys eats one of the other guys before we're through here. I say it out loud. I bet you it's you. I said it true. I bet you get eaten.
Yeah, you already haven't paid me from the last bet.
Oh, how much?
Which one was that?
How much I owe you for that?
Well, we still need to figure it out, but I'm pretty sure you're going to owe me.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll take that bet. 10 gold. No one eats anyone.
So it was with Captain Gerald then?
Oh, he's here too. You'll see them all. All your answers, all your puzzles. Please, they are here
Cool.
with me.
Does anyone want to
That's
run
out
with
of
that?
character. I'm just like, that's cool. I'm down.
And a special guest, one that I think you'll find most intriguing. Please.
Off to see the wizard.
All right, 5 gold to the Lady of Libs.
Can I try to pick up a bit of the splintered barrel? That
Doing-
sharp bit.
Sure. Yep. Are you doing so sneakily or just without?
Nah, I don't think there's really any point trying to sneak it. We're in the middle of a bunch of them, so.
Okay. As you pick up that sharp curved stick, there doesn't seem to be any reaction from anyone.
Can I also psychically link to Locke and Kailani
Yep.
for 4 hours?
Okay.
Still alone.
I need a man in my mind.
And I guess I'll think to Locke. Hey, are you got any of that holy water left?
I do, actually.
Might need to soak a bit of wood in it.
All right. We can try. How do you pray tell wish to do that?
I got the wood.
All right, well, keep it close by your side. I'll see if I can. Yeah, see if you can pickpocket out of my burlap bag.
All right.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for. I guess I'll follow behind
Which I'll allow you to do. If
Locke.
you wish to pickpocket me at some point.
Cool. And you all walk within this passage. And as you do, we'll take a 10-minute break as you are led underneath Maya Island's home. Remember, we're going to take 10 minutes. We'll be back in 10. Enjoy the break, and we'll see you all very shortly.
Surely.
Bye. We're going to take the quickest 10-minute break.
Oh!
That
Roll the damage! I've waited this long!
So I'm rolling the damage and not fudging at all, so let's see what happens.
Oh, no!
Wrong one, another round?
Oh, jeez.
They're calling for a cliffhanger.
Well, he'll roll it. And then
Oh my god, stop rolling! Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see how much damage Amara gets after we come back from a 10-minute break.
I hate this game.
We'll see everybody in 10 minutes.
And I rolled a 25 for
Okay.
stealth check.
25.
Okay.
Oh!
Oh, that's a bad laugh.
That's bad.
It's a bad laugh. That's a wheeze.
Is that a
That's
nat
an
20?
evil wheeze.
18 for me.
Is that a nat 20?
So you all start walking
18.
down. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna,
hold on a second.
just gonna leave my hands like this for a moment.
Stop flexing your muscles.
The GM is happy. It's all bad.
As Amara starts to race towards Rook, you have just been handed the potion. And you saw Amara then just disappear. As you turned to attempt to uncork it and hand it to her, say, the battle's over. And with that swift motion, you look down, and the twitching has stopped. And in front of you, smoke coming out of the body of Osei, now still.
Do I see this?
Yeah.
Thorum! Thorum, help her!
I'm gonna walk on over and look down at her. How's she look? Is there any sign of life?
Make a medicine check.
How's she look? Dead.
That's a nat 1.
After the last question he asked, I pull into the rucksack from the back and present a cup. And I say to it, "This is King Boronel's personal possession.
After 53 sessions. Like, Cameron looks like he's gonna cry.
You may if you want. Sorry, continue.
For anyone who doesn't know, it's taken 53 sessions for Ben to know how to say King Boronel. That is going on TikTok later.
I was clapping because you had components ready.
I'd be just trying to keep next to Rook, trying to grab his hand and just, hey,
Dench, I thought you were Jose?
I'll say something to you.
What is it?
Come here.
What happened?
You look really good right now.
Thank you. No one's ever really taken notice, but now's not the time, I think.
There's always a time for love.
Welcome back.
By far the weirdest way to start a stream. We should have called this ASMR cheese eating.
As you look upon this beast, wind buffer, the red scales blind every haze. The dragon attacks all around you. Birds fly away. Make your attack.
Oh yeah, he fucked up.
Challenge to Rook and says, look, this is getting a bit corny.
Oh, dance again, quick!
It's Aaron Cochran, that's
I'm gonna transform.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
We're lotioning.
Oh no! This is very uncomfortable. I'm glad I did.
Shake off the excess.
Shake it all off.
That was wonderful.
Very
I
moist.
have nightmares tonight.
I'm not good with words. But I think when I think back to everything that I've done since like day one with these motherfuckers, like you were there always. And you were like the only one that actually listened to me for a really long time. So, duh. Of course I got like all feelsy and stuff. And then Dench came along. God. I was so jealous. So fucking jealous. I don't think it's fair to tell you how I feel if I don't get to stay. That would be cruel. But I think you know.
Well, Amara, I love you. And I will wear the cruelty because I think it is worth it. It's worth every moment we've had, and it is every memory.
Mara's just gonna be like, not of lava, but single tear. And she's just gonna be like, I love you too. I'm sorry I didn't say it.
It's Aaron Cochran. That's yeah.
Can you do that again?
I will not do that. It's that you're trying to bandage up gaping holes in his chest, and
I got you, buddy.
you kind of now realize that your initial investigation of his body reveals that his head is missing.
I thought I had him there, guys.
Tell us the things you're going to tell us.
Okay.
And maybe we'll let you live.
Yeah, if it's
Are you lying?
I'll actually laugh. Like in character.
Are your shoulders like that?
I think
Like,
It comes out exactly like that.
I don't know what they're gonna do.
You have feathers in your hand of this Pegasus.
Do we see the children?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna try and catch the children.
All right. They're moving very quickly. So what's your flying speed?
My flying speed full is 60 feet.
Okay. 60 feet. Okay. They are falling a bit faster, but you can attempt to.
It's our first kill in the campaign, 2 innocent children.
And as you get closer, you see lives. And this cage that it now looks like it is so packed with corpses, squished together. As you get a closer look, this symbol is depicting 2 companies or houses, but they are together. They're on the same bit of metal. They depict the house that your parents are working in. And they depict the symbol on the other side of House Tarot.
Oh, fuck you.
And we're gonna end that. And we're gonna end that tonight. And that's it. That's it, everybody. We're gonna take the quickest 10-minute break.
Oh!
Roll the damage! I've waited this long!
So I'm rolling the damage and not budging at all, so let's see what happens.
Oh!
Wrong one, another round?
Oh, jeez. They're calling for a cliffhanger.
Well, he'll roll it. And then
Oh my god, stop rolling!
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see how much damage Amara gets after we come back from a 10-minute break.
I hate this game.
We'll see everybody in 10 minutes.
And I rolled a 20 to 25 for
Okay.
stealth check.
25.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's a bad laugh.
That's bad.
It's a bad laugh. That's a wheeze.
Is that a
That's
nat
an
20?
evil wheeze.
18 for me.
Is that a nat 20?
So you all start walking
18.
down. I'm just gonna,
Hold on a second.
just gonna leave my hand like this for a moment.
Stop flexing your muscles.
The team is happy. It's all bad.
As Amara starts to race towards Rook, you have just been handed the potion. And you saw Amara then just disappear. As you turned to attempt to uncork it and hand it to her, say, the battle's over. And with that swift motion, you look down and the twitching has stopped. And In front of you, smoke coming out of the body of Osei, now still.
Do I see this?
Yeah.
Thorum! Thorum, help her!
I'm gonna walk on over and look down at her. How's she look? Is there any sign of life?
Make a medicine check.
How's she look? Dead.
That's a nat 1.
After the last question he asked, I pull into the rucksack from the back and present a cup. And I say to it, "This is King Boronel's personal possession.
Oh my god. Chill out over there.
What? What the fuck's going on?
Welcome back, everyone. Hello. So,
Nothing. I just wanted something to say as a transition.
this figure is in front of you, and
Have we gone down the passageway yet?
no, just at the entrance. But slowly he walks, and he leads you further within this natural-looking rock. It's as though it's been dug out. It's dirt and roots, as though trees from outside have crawled their way into the ground here and have made their way around you.
Enough of the ASMR over there.
As you continue your way forward with Maury and Lila between, the tunnel is big enough to fit two abreast, and you, in pairs, reach a dim passageway of sorts. It's a multi-leveled, almost cave, where you're looking through into almost an L-shaped room. You're on the top level, where below you see there doesn't seem to be any stairs that lead, or a ladder that leads down to the floor below, and then a chasm below that. Above you, you look up and you see bedrock, something, a ground above you that is so dense in its form, you wonder how this area could even exist. How could it have been dug out?
Big chasm roof.
Captain Troon requests that you stop here.
Without wanting to have interrupted that
Yeah, you're fine.
description,
During
as we
the time.
passed through the narrower part where we had to go to abreast, could I have thought into Kailani's head?
Don't sneeze.
Hey, do you want to block the view from behind me? And I'll think into.
Bold of you to assume I'm standing behind you.
I'm saying this as we're going into this thing. And I'll say to Locke, hey, I'm gonna do it now.
So
Then
I'll
I'll walk so that my body is essentially blocking.
I'm gonna adjust. If you're looking at me, I'm gonna point. Like I'll touch the bag. I don't know if you're. Oh, I can speak to you in my mind. I'll touch the bag that has the potions in it, and holy water. And in your mind, I'll say it's this one, and I'm gonna like shuffle the bag around so it's at the back of my back.
And I guess at that point when we're going through the narrower part, if I feel like I'm blocked from view from Troon behind, can I attempt to sleight of hand sneak the holy water out of the bag?
Yeah, sleight of hand it.
If I let him do it, does he have advantage?
Yeah, with that prep, take advantage.
Cool.
And I touched you for guidance.
Look, I was behind you. Let's not push that.
As long as he can touch you, he can cast it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was behind him. I'm trying not to look sus. It's 16.
Okay. Quietly, you handle the holy water and you successfully grab it. You're dipping the wooden stake in, pouring it over.
Yeah, look, I guess it depends on. I guess I think I'm being super sneaky in this part. So
No one seems to have
if
stopped
it's
you or
a
noticed.
long enough narrow part to take it out and then maybe douse the end of it, then I'll.
The situation just calls for something like that. It's very dim light. There are no torches here. Though you saw a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. You also notice that no one seems to take any notice of you grabbing the holy water. You were quite silent. So even Lila and Maury don't seem to have noticed. They just seem to be looking ahead.
If I could, I'll try and put the stake in his bag.
Okay.
At that point too.
Sure.
And having obviously picked up the stake as we walk through, when we get to the other side, might make the gestures like I'm secreting something in my, I guess, shirt.
Okay.
Man, you guys are quiet.
Are you still deaf?
It's past. It's past.
I don't know.
You hear them clearly.
I'm still trying to figure out all the pieces of the puzzle. Something's not adding up here.
And you reach the end and you see this scene in front of you. You notice that there are figures on the floor below you that seem to. This second landing only seems to be almost a thin walkway that then falls into this chasm below. On that level, you notice that there seems to be what could only be thought of as open cocoons. These large-shaped boxes of white, foamy type of material. You see as well that there seems to be figures within there. One of them looks like he's wrapped up at what looks to be this spider web, but it isn't. It's just a material that resembles it of some sort. From this vantage point, you can't really tell. This figure is bald, and he's an older-looking gentleman, and he wears this tweed-looking vest. You can just see what he wears beneath that wrapping of sorts. And this figure, Lord Dorez, he moves as he asks, or as Captain Troon had asked you to stop. If you had, you'd see Lord Dorez move around and very gracefully just take a small leap. And you notice that it's a good 8 feet of a jump that he lands very comfortably on his feet, built to that landing below where these figures are, wrapped in this white material. And he starts to move amongst them. The next figure looks like he is this. There's far less white wrapping around him. He looks like he's Captain Gerald. You can see Captain Gerald quite clearly. He's pale in his face, in his skin. He looks still. His eyes have been forced open with what look to be pins. And they stay open as well.
Gross.
He looks directly ahead, in front of him. His arms seem to be behind his back somewhat, in however sort of tied up way. He seems to be standing on his own accord, but not moving, not breathing, it seems, from this point. And then you hear Lila gasp. And she says, she doesn't say anything initially. She's directly behind she's directly behind you, Ivor, and she puts one hand
What
on...
is the marching order?
So you two are behind. You two are... you're the last.
Okay.
So and then you two.
Captain Troon is directly behind me.
Correct. Then you two, then Lila, and then you are with Maury. So Lila puts her hand on your shoulder, and you can feel her weight on your shoulder heavily as she seems to stumble a little. The third figure that seems to be there seems to be splayed open, dissected. You can see skin is peeling off, but the entire body seems to have been simply opened up and held in place by what look to be wooden stakes.
Gross.
So you can see all body parts within. It's hardly recognizable, but for one word that you, Ivor, hear, a whisper. Mother. And you can hear some form of heavy breathing coming from Lila. And Maury puts his supporting weight on her as she hardly is able to stand. And Lord Dorez stands in front of them. And he says, he gives a slight bow as though welcoming you to this room. And he says, "It is such a shame that we should hide away from the population while we come to try and understand the secrets of the flesh, of the body. We should be people of science. We should be people that are revered. We should be people that are celebrated for discoveries. I am...
Like what? Like what discoveries?
Well, see here." And he takes out what looks to be a small baton from his cloak. And he uses it like a teacher, pointing it to and just clicking down the ribs of this open splayed person.
Ew.
And you can hear it echo a little in the room. And he says,
I could have told you that. Nothing going.
It's a fascination that the body protects itself. But magic is quite intricate within this being, or was at least. She provided much knowledge. I knew not who she was. But through her screams, I came to understand the purpose of her existence. And I can share this with people. I can now offer this to others.
Please enlighten us.
Why should one covet such magic? Why should one not simply share it with others?
Why do you need to do the dissection for that?
It's an intricate process. I wanted to show you this, or I wanted to show someone. I've been hiding my studies for some time. I guess.
Do you see?
And I've been using, I've been trying to understand from others in the same way. You can see Captain Gerald here, a former servant, now a bit unuseful. His secrets were pitiful, unable to be shared. He was unhelpful indeed. Though he helped in some way to prepare Vedika, he was ultimately a lapdog.
Right.
And what of your secrets? Because if we were to cut you open and hang you up like that, what would we find? Because to your point, Why should one person just have this power when we can share it?
Anyway, Mayor Island here, and he points to that
Answer my
third
question.
Sounds
person.
like you're making a lot of sense over there.
Answer my question. You brought us here as guests. You can address me as such.
I'm simply trying to help you understand what I've been doing.
So then help me understand the answer to my question.
Well, unfortunately, I've protected myself against such things, so you will gain nothing from...
Okay, then from a less literal sense, what is there to know of you?
What is that?
What is there to know of you?
I'm just a traveller, one that is formed by the instruction of a very powerful figure.
Who?
I feel it is not important,
I feel it is.
if I may.
And if we're speaking of fairness, then one person's opinion is no greater than the next.
We are equals here, equal learners.
Then we can learn equally from each other. Who is your master or your boss? Or the person that you follow?
Well, think of me as I do not have a master. I am.
Then who are you referencing?
Well, others of my kind.
Your kind being...
I don't know if you know much about the history of Karnath. Think of me as a newly aged necromancer. I am attempting to bring back the glory of old Karnath.
Huh.
I'm attempting to bring the magic of the armies of old back into the glory of this age.
And what happened to your army initially?
Well,
Did it fall?
as you well know, many armies were defeated over the course of the Great War in the unification of Corvair and the five countries of Galifar. You understand, or if you understand your history, necromancers were then outlawed, and well, there were still people dabbling. I feel we've passed a time now that Karnath and other countries as well need to really protect themselves against incursions by your kind, by devils and demons and their worshippers and people from the hells. I'm simply wanting to protect Corvair.
What makes your kind better than his?
Oh, you're referring specifically. Okay.
Oh, the tiefling kind, as you most likely will know, and I'm sure a lot of your kind are reforming or reformers, people who are trying to right themselves of the wrongs of your ancestors and your kin, well, the devilish kin that you were. I'm sure there are plentiful of you that are attempting to, but there's always this draw of, well, who was Frazo Blue, and that time, and the demons that come out of there that continue to escape, and others that have taken his place, more powerful demon lords. There needs to be protection on the material plane for this sort of threat to occur again. I am simply one to address this.
Well, how about you protect down here and we'll protect up there? How does that sound?
Well, there's nothing to protect here.
Oh, okay. Well then, good. You've done your job. Congratulations.
Weren't the demons beaten by heroic non-corpse messing with folk?
And where are they now?
Where
Are they
is
still
Corvair now? It's fine. It hasn't fallen.
Doing stuff in Shan, I assume.
We don't need you.
Things don't happen simply around your vision. Things happen beyond your control. Do you know currently about the civil war that is being fostered in Valinor? Are you aware of the moral holds and what they and the greed and the madness that spreads amongst the dwarves? That continues without your ability to be aware of things. Politics and magics occur around us all.
And necromancy doesn't fix that.
Yeah, real quick. What's happening in the Moral Holds?
Again, these are just trifles, and who knows if these are influenced by the demonkin that are beneath in the outer worlds. Here is where we come in, our brethren of sorts. We are here to make things right, to really protect Corvair. What are the 12 even doing? Take Avalea here. And he points towards the flayed open person.
Oh.
This woman who claims
here last session.
I know who that is, though.
This person who deems herself powerful didn't put up too much of a fight, and thus lays here, open, and an open book, as it were, and I am gaining the powers that she had, that seep out of her like water out of a wineskin. It's a need. There is a need here. The 12 do nothing. They are not powerful enough to stop any further threat. The 5, what they were, are in the wind. They retired or whatever. Any other heroes that are abound and have not made themselves known yet. I am simply trying to do what they are not. I am gaining their magics, and I am spreading it throughout Karnas.
You know what? Good on you. Good on you. You're out there doing some stuff, obviously very successfully.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yeah. Good conversation. I'm glad we met you. Is there anything else you want to show us before we head off?
You got some mail you want to deliver?
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Do you want us to keep this to ourselves? I'm fine with that.
As he's having his evil rant.
Who?
Not you. Lord Drez.
Well, we got a place to visit.
We're not winning this fight.
He said there's magic seeping into him. Is there anything that I can ascertain from, like, everything that's happening in this building, or grotto, or whatever it is?
Grotto.
Where is he performing a ritual at the moment where he's like absorbing this magic?
You can make an Arcana check.
Yeah. 24.
Damn. You've absolutely every detail about what Lord Dorez has been saying about the history of Karnath and the threats. They seem to hold true to some degree, though this looks a bit extreme. There are such things in the magical world about a magical absorption, and it doesn't need this sort of extremity here. It doesn't need this sort of killing and this sort of maiming and opening up of people to do, though there is a certain level of control that needs to be done. Your history and your books have told you that necromancers can or have been known to absorb magics, yes. And there seems to be he seems to be concentrating on something while he's talking to you, absolutely. And you do feel that there's power, though you're not quite sure exactly where it seems to be coming from every direction, like a ringing in the ears. There seems to be some sort of ritual going on right now, pertaining to absorption of magic.
Yeah. Is it happening right now?
Yeah.
Or while we're having the conversation?
Yeah.
So there's nothing that would indicate what might be triggering this. I just can feel it's happening at the moment.
As far as you can tell,
would it be the mother's body that?
Are you wanting to know from where the magic absorption is coming from?
Yeah, basically I'm trying to ascertain if there's something I can destroy a part of this ritual to maybe stop this or halt it.
Yeah, so look, to your best understanding, the destruction of the host could very well end this ritual. So
Mother.
Whoever he's absorbing it from, it could be any one of these three, would help. and Maury stands beside and still is comforting Lila as she's looking on. You can see that there are her tears are forming.
Can I do 2 other things?
Please.
You're like, back the way we came. We can shut ourselves out.
You can still see Captain Troon, his sword out, threatening towards you. Go on.
One moment, take a split second. After what you mentioned, how does Lila look?
She doesn't look. She looks quite distressed.
And thirdly, I'll relay to my friend in his mind. Do you think you might be able to disrupt? And I'll tell him Lila's mother's body.
Why?
I feel as though that might end what he's trying to do to absorb the magic. I don't have anything I can blast her body apart with.
Fucking hell.
There's not much more damage that can be done to that body.
I guess I'd think back to him.
Disrupt the ritual ring.
I'll just wait for my cue.
Do you have like a snazzy hero name?
Who are you asking?
Who's asking? Lord Faraz.
Dorez.
Dorez.
Lord Dorez says, I'm not the hero here. I'm a servant of Karnith. I'm just someone who is trying to do what's best for... If the annals don't mention my name, it's probably for the better.
While that is happening and this is happening,
That's a cool one. That's cool, man.
I'm going to turn to Captain Troon, who I assume is still standing nearby, stabby stabby in our backs, and I'm going to say, what exactly is your role?
My role is to prevent you from leaving.
No, I mean overall, because I'm sure that's not your entire goal.
That is absolutely my entire goal.
Really?
That's all I'm
it took was someone to look scary, and you were like, okay, well...
He doesn't look scary. He's a friend.
He's the servant.
Are you feeling okay?
Have you seen what he's done to his other servants? And I'll just gesture towards...
He looks over unabashed and he looks back fairly emotionless and he says, well, we have an accord. That will not happen to me.
I'm pretty sure you think that's what Captain Gerald probably thought before what they put you away in a crypt.
And yes, what are you getting out of this exactly?
A sizable sum of coin and a guarantee of my survival.
But when the undead army of old returns back to its position, do you think they're going to need a captain of the guard?
They will need a commander, yes.
I also think it's quite funny that you're taking, a promise of living your life from one being when there's hundreds and thousands of others that could choose to take that away from you.
Also,
they can't protect you from everything.
This is very true. They'd have to feed you and house you. It'd be much easier if they just killed you and kept you as an undead servant.
Captain Troon just nods. He says, you have very sound and wise words.
Great.
I do not budge from my duty.
Well, the powers you have to the mayor and the city. What honor do you have now?
You do realize that you're all the minority, right?
Hey, Lord Perez, can you make something eat this guy? Like a little bit?
Because there is far more people out there than there are down here.
Lord Frez, I get a little bit, but kind of pathetic.
Who, me?
No.
No.
I'm talking
Well, I
to
mean-
Captain
Troon.
Troon, yeah.
Oh, right.
Captain Troon says, Lord Dorez is an honourable person. He's doing what's right for Karnath, and I happen to agree with his goals.
I'll be the first to say that I have a slightly grey moral compass. However, this is not right.
Maury pipes up and says, everything I'm seeing right now is quite negative energy.
Yeah, some of the dead's mum.
I'm speaking magically, not morally.
Okay, Lunataro over there. Fucking hell.
I am quite in disagreement with this, and Arenal will hear of this as well. Lord Dorez, and he gives Lord Dorez just this knowing look. And Captain Troon says, it is for the greater good that I am here, and I am in league with Lord Dorez.
Enjoy the last few weeks of your life, but sure.
Oh, can't argue with that. Can we go?
The other cities will look poorly upon this.
Ah, they will.
And someone else tells them. Not us, though.
We wouldn't be able to defend it.
The town, or the story.
Your whole city, if your plans played out.
But
And so,
how-
whom is your master? Kalani has a good point. You speak of devils and demons, but they worship something greater. You only worship yourself. I'm talking to Lord
Dorez?
Therese at this point.
Lord Dorez says,
To whom you make this? I'm assuming you're behind the farms that had the undead inside it as well.
the warehouses.
Yes, and the fort where
Well-
you would have found.
Fort Bones.
Correct.
Fort Bones is a work in progress, as it were, though bodies are sent to and fro from Vedica to there and back. We gather the travellers from the desert that seep into Karnath proper, tired, hungry, defenceless, and we give them no respite. We bring them here, in fact. Well, the warehouse initially. They they were experiments, but they're the ones that got a bit wrong. We couldn't really seep any magic from them, nor gain any knowledge from speaking with them once they were dead. So they simply became the cattle, as it were, the creatures to guard the better creatures.
Okay.
To your point, Wayfarer,
Yeah.
I am simply here to let you know as to why. Well, Captain Troon did mention that you were quite dangerous folk, and you were doing quite a bit of progressive work in Vedica to undermine mine. I cannot allow that to happen.
Why stick Troon in a cell?
In a cell?
Yes.
Here?
Where we killed Captain Gerald's daughter. Underneath the armory.
Oh. It was his choice. He chose to deceive in that way to get you to, to get some sympathy towards him, to trust him more.
Then whom was the halfling to you?
She
Inez.
She became a little bit too snoopy. She became a little bit had too much detective work on her hands. They discovered much about my work, and so I had to make us believe that they were, well, essentially, I made sure that they disappeared.
And are you or are you not in leagues with the Lady of Lips? Because I'm kind of confused at how that all ties together.
The Lady of Lips.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to disappoint. No, this is my own experiment here.
Okay, no, that's great. Two different entities.
There you go.
She's a shill.
So I've brought you here to, well, you will be joining the rest of the folk here who seem to not really take into account a no, and so you'll be joining them.
Can we not?
I'm afraid that's not possible anymore.
How far away is this guy?
Why is it not possible?
You've
It's
seen,
super possible. You could just let us go.
and you will tell no one about your experience here.
When I meet a person named No One, I won't tell them.
I promise that we will not tell anybody. Guaranteed. Right?
How far away is this guy?
We can all live with ourselves here, right?
I've actually been convinced by your story. I think you are doing the good work, and
Of whatever.
I'll start, I don't know, I guess walking around towards Avalea to put, I guess, me between this guy and Locke.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll think in Locke's head, I'm going to totally stab him with this stake. And
Okay, if you're gonna do that. Okay, alright.
Because my thinking is like, this is one of the 12. They're mighty wizards. We couldn't beat her in a fight. So if you beat her in a fight, we probably can't beat you in a fight.
no,
So why not just bail on this situation?
but if we can help out like this, but you said you'd like to get secrets from these people. I'll tell you a secret.
And then forgive ourselves.
Can I hold an action? I don't know what. Maybe this would work. She's not going anywhere, is she? She's hanging there. Pretty easy target.
Fuck.
Being all splayed out, I'm assuming she's a pretty decent size. Okay.
Bro.
I'm gonna hold an action, and
So you started blasting.
if he stabs somebody, because you told me you were, didn't you?
Yeah, but being that this guy's super powerful and has apparently taken out someone from the 12, I've assumed that he could probably hear what I'm thinking. So I specifically didn't tell Locke that I put the stake in his bag.
Correct.
I've tried to make it obvious that I secreted something away in my shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm saying, like, in his head to be like, I'm going to stab him. So I'm going to, I don't know, depending if he's reacting to me, go, I'll tell you a secret. I'm going to start to gesture with my right hand as if I'm going to grab something from under my shirt. Make some motion with my left hand. And I'll whisper towards him a verbal component of the chill touch cantrip and attempt to hit him with that. If I can roll for that, if that's what we're up to.
Go for it.
Alright, so that's going to be 21 to hit.
Hits.
I'll do something after that.
Mm-hmm.
Is he undead?
Yes.
Good, because, well, it's 8 points of necrotic damage, whether or not that does anything to him or not.
Sure.
But apparently chill touch, if you hit an undead target, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And as that hits, I'll just think into your head, your bag.
I'll grab it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stake.
Yep.
Put 2 and 2 together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'll try and stab him, I guess, with the stake. He's on the second level down, 10 feet below you on a platform.
Jump down there, motherfucker. Yeah, die hard this situation. Let's go.
I guess Can I take the dash action and just charge at him
Yes, you can.
and try and stab him?
Sure. You'll need to make an athletics check first to jump successfully on top of him, and then make your attack roll.
Oof. Let me check something first.
Rin's waiting for it to happen.
Actions. I can use look, I'll do it. Jesus.
Is he in your pantheon?
20. Jesus. Oh my god. I don't know if this works, but I needed that. I've got disadvantage, so I needed to roll twice. I rolled a 19 for a 20 and a 16 for a 17.
On athletics.
On athletics, yeah.
Why disadvantage, sorry?
I got heavy armor on.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Cool, okay. You leap down and you aim towards him, make
You'd
your
be
attack
heavy
roll.
as fuck if you've got heavy armor on. Jesus.
Yes, you do. Make your attack.
Land on them.
Do you want me to use a modifier of any kind?
It's your just strength modifier.
Well, that'll be a 13 in total.
Okay.
Oh, given all the subterfuge, does he get advantage?
As
Does he take impact damage?
as you leap over, you all watch as your attack had him wince a little away from the plan and yourselves. And as you watch, he doesn't move from that attack, Rin, but you can feel that he did get affected by it, as you can see him shiver slightly. And as that happens, you all watch as you just take 3 steps and you leap over this chasm.
Fucking owlbear in fucking Baldur's Gate.
And you rain down, and the athletics check was to see how close you get to being over him to attack. You are on target, and he steps aside. And you slam into the rock just beside him as he steps calmly aside in that moment.
Should blow up the body.
And you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
I guess, well, this would be simultaneously happening.
Yep.
Since, like, boom,
Yep.
boom, I'm going to do something too.
Yep.
As far as I know, because I don't know if he's successful yet or not.
Sure.
I assume it's happening at the same time. I'm going to be like, block your ears! And then I'm going to be like, I'm going to turn and shoot at Trun.
Okay.
With my normal pistol.
Sure.
And when I do so, he is going to need to make a strength saving throw.
If he gets hit.
Huh?
If he gets hit.
Yes, if he gets hit. Ah! Which dice am I using? Don't fuck with me, motherfucker. Oh no. Oh no. Do I get advantage because he's surprised?
No.
Come on, man.
You're right there.
That's a 12 to hit.
Okay. It just passes by him as he doesn't move, though he looks a little shaken, and he just in this most calm, curious voice, as the bullet ricochets off the roof and then hits the ground into the hallway, he says, "You didn't have to do that." And then you hear crash as Locke's body hits
Maybe
metal
you got
on
deafened, who
stone.
knows?
Since you all did something in that moment, did you want to do anything, Ivor?
You're just standing there like, so can I leave?
No, I'm just gonna
Blow up the body.
I'm just gonna hold an action in case Trun attacks. Just
Okay.
Thunderwave.
Sure.
Oh, yeet!
Okay, Lila is still...
Is anyone between me and?
Yeah.
Are we standing
Kalani
next to
is
each other?
between.
She's right, so Kalani.
Fairly in line of, yeah.
Yes, I'll hold that action.
Okay.
Ow.
And you watch as Maury and Lila don't do anything, as Maury is shocked by the sudden actions that you take as you took, as you land heavily, you're almost half expecting something to happen. You just smell rot around you a little bit more intensely. As you look up, you see the 3 bodies in front of you in different states of disrepair. You see Lord Dorez over the top of you, look down curiously. Are you okay? And he holds out his hand towards you.
Can I see
I fell.
the body of Thingo from where I am?
Yeah, they're right in front of you. They're 10 feet away. All 3 of them.
I'll guiding bolt. The Avalaia's, yeah.
Sure, make an attack roll with advantage because she is not going anywhere.
15.
Hits.
Oh, God. Guiding bolt, too. Fucking hell.
It's radiant damage, does that?
Mm-hmm.
Poor Lila.
£20 of radiant damage.
Holy shit.
Okay. Whatever discernible part of this body was visible is now just flesh, as it just explodes in a light of bone and skin and blood everywhere around you, splattering all over the ground, over the edge into this chasm behind you, and all over your armor and all over Lord Dorez's armor as well. His body, his clothes, and even splatters across the other 2 bodies that seem to be there, unmoving, staring ahead. Lord Dorez glances over towards the whatever remains of this body, and he looks a little...
As he does that, can I use my bonus action to make a strike with the...
You can strike with a weapon?
Yeah.
Sure, go for
it. Stake with the holy water on
Sure.
it. 16.
You half swipe towards his legs. He just steps aside again. He does so with utter quickness, so fast, but you swipe thin air.
Eat him instead. Don't wipe that motherfucker.
His hand doesn't draw back. He has his hand, which is it's thin, but his arm is thin, but his hand looks unusually like muscly and strong. He says, "Please, I do not want violence here."
You cut us up.
It's an odd thing to say.
Here in my hall.
So you want to go up?
I agree with the young wayfarer dwarf here. There need not be bloodshed. There need be
right
any sort of...
I had a character question. He just said that you can't let us leave and that he
gonna
cuts up
join
bodies
them.
to get magic out of.
We would be joining them.
Yeah.
As in, you're just gonna let us go as we are, or you're gonna do something akin to that?
I've seen your determination.
And you're impressed by it?
It's made me change my mind.
Nice, guys. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go. Let's go to Korth.
You're going to Korth?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, somewhere. I mean, we haven't really decided yet. But it's nicer than death here in this dank chasm.
Is Trun standing on the edge of like a cliff or something?
To his right is the cliff edge. Yes.
Can I shove him?
Sure. Make a strength check, and he's going to almost like a grapple, but you're just going to push him off.
Oh yeah, I'm just.
He's going to make
yeet him.
an opposing strength check.
What? He's going to try to throw me off? No thanks.
Just go.
Oh, okay. That's a 22.
All of a sudden, you lunge forward and before he can hold out his arms to resist, you put your full weight and your full shoulder at his and shove him, and he loses his footing, and you can see rocks scrape on the edge, and he slips.
Good.
And without a sound, he falls.
There's one of them that did now.
And curiously, you see Lord Dorez peer over the chasm, and he says,
One less mouth to feed.
one less spell to cast.
That's crazy. He didn't make a thump at all.
Oh, it's quite deep.
She's still falling.
There's... Yes.
Doesn't that seem kind of tactless? Because he's still kind of with us.
He was never really with us. I was putting him under a charming spell.
Ah, nice. Slick moves. All right, well.
I'm sorry, but I feel like someone checked for that, and if you failed, that's your fault.
Oh, dude's just lying to us more. He said that that train was working for him. And that he wanted to subterfuge us.
But now that Captain Troon is out of the way, I have a need for... a new position has opened. Would you, perhaps, would you at all be interested in, going to Korth for me? I have need of a messenger. I was going to send Captain Troon.
Fuck it, why not?
Don't like the sound of that.
Let's just go out into the sun. Over the horizon.
Is this in character?
Yes, and not fight this wizard, this death wizard, down here.
It's like the start of the musical episode.
In the chasm. Huh? Okay. Good plan? You just leave? Not every fight's our fight?
Not every fight is your fight. A very wise set of words.
Right.
I think you...
What am I delivering?
Well, should you leave, there will be something bound to you, a message, as it were, which I will tell you if you swear that you will deliver it truly and justly to the right recipient.
No.
I don't know, already took that oath.
You can swear it.
I must have all of your words. It's going to be difficult to deliver it if all of you do not agree.
Guess it's gonna be difficult.
Well, I'm down.
Quick, someone yeet him off the cliff.
I am, unfortunately, growing weary of our conversation. I would like to proceed with things fairly, and I see promise in you. Should you choose upon this journey, you will be rewarded greatly, more than Captain Troon could offer. Much more. I could help you absorb magics. I could help you become powerful.
That all sounds great.
This is not a fucking dark urge, right?
No, I don't know, my main urge is just, I don't know, see the sun. Breathe fresh air.
Unfortunately, should you not agree, we cannot be of the same accord then. We are not of the same minds and ideas. And I feel that you would then continue to pursue me, and that I cannot have.
I swear we will not pursue you.
You can only speak for yourself, Wayfarer. The others must insist.
Guys, I'm related to the other thing we were investigating. You just said. So you don't know who the Lady of Lips is?
I'm sorry, no. Well, may I honestly say, I do know whom the Lady of Lips is, but I'm
Who?
not in league with them.
Who?
Oh, okay. All right.
Call them enemies of mine.
Call them a name.
Guys.
They are a group.
I understand that they're a group, but every group has a leader.
I do not know the leader by name.
The enemy of our enemy is paying us to fuck off. Let's
Why does no one know the leader of this group?
Leaders tend to be subtle, secretive.
I thought you were all-knowing and real smart.
I'm gaining that knowledge. I've been experimenting for some time. I have not concentrated specifically on that coven, but I know of them. Why is that of interest to you?
Because they're as evil as you are.
I wouldn't call myself that.
Sure.
But that is about perspective. Come now, make your choice. Leave with the knowledge and the quest I have given you, for you are bound to course the same direction as mine own, or stay here and become participants to the greater cause, to the greater Karnas.
Looking around the viscera that once was a member of the 12, are there any fucking rings or anything like that looking pretty magical? Lying in amongst the gunk?
You can make an investigation check. If you want to get closer to her remains, or a perception check if you want to remain where you are and just look from your vantage point.
Wow, who's the
It'll
real
be under
evil
10,
here?
it doesn't matter.
Tell me what you prefer to do, because I'll have to know the direction in which you're traveling.
Look, given the situation, it'd have to be perception.
Okay. So from where you are...
9.
A 9? Okay. From where you are, you notice that there is a ring that is in piles of this goop in front of, essentially just behind where Locke is, and almost facing where Lord Dorez is speaking to you as well. So he's in the same line of sight. It's only a few feet away from both of them on the ground, but on that second lower level. It looks like just a gold band from where you are.
Nothing else to really do, so I'll just think into Locke's head. Yeah, there's a ring in the goop behind you. Maybe it does something.
Cool.
Okay, so
I'll say in your mind at this point, because we can still do that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we have much of a choice. I think this guy might actually be able to beat us.
I think he very much could too, but what are we gonna do? Listen to this evil prick?
No. We leave. We don't pursue him, but we send someone else too.
you guys talking in each other's heads?
Hey, you got eyes going black and you're looking at him?
God damn it, guys.
I wouldn't be looking at him while this is happening.
I'm gonna attack him.
There you go.
Fuck, man.
And how are you doing that? Once again, a swipe?
Yeah.
And you're still lying on the ground.
Oh, I didn't get up before.
You can have. Sorry if I misheard. Then
Yeah.
you certainly can have. So you're simply standing in front of him now.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Guiding bolt level. How far away is he from me now?
5 feet.
5 foot. Yeah, I'll just attack him with the stake again.
Okay, sure.
Why are you throwing meat at him?
No, doesn't it?
Make a dexterity saving throw, please. Or, sorry, no, make an acrobatics or strength saving throw.
Oh, that's no good, buddy.
Which one do you want? 'Cause they're both
It's you choose.
pretty different.
because he's going to quickly attempt to grapple you.
Cool. So it'll be an 11.
Mm-hmm.
And what's he doing?
He's just grabbing a hold of your shoulders and moving you.
I don't think I can do that. Okay.
You watch as quickly as you try and cast that spell. He mutters something under his breath and the spell doesn't appear.
Yeah.
And he grabs a hold of you quickly, faster than you would have thought possible. And like holding a feather, he moves you, and you all of a sudden your feet are dangling over nothing. And he holds you over the top of this chasm. And you look down and you see nothing beneath you but grey cloud, a coldness, a wind rushes up. And he looks at you intently. You can now see a bit more detail about his face, weirdly youthful, a bit tanned, young features, no wrinkles. What looks to be the start of a beard, but nothing intent. And he holds you there for a moment, and then slowly brings you back and places you on your feet. And he gives you this double tap on the shoulder, and he says, out loud for everyone can hear, but to you, I understand. Your feelings, they stem from something more, something deep within you. Know that I'm intending to put an end to that as well. Your people have that touch of evil within them. Those who are trying to right their wrongs, they're doing well, they're doing good, but they're only overshadowed by the many and not the few. What I'm trying to do here is cast that touch of evil out for good. I'm trying to do that for everyone. I'm not here to cast you aside. I'm trying to forward my plans, yes. I don't want to hurt you. Go back to your friends. Go back to Vedica and Korth. Simply do what I ask, and no one else will get hurt.
How's he put me aside?
To put you back exactly where you were before, he's still holding you by the shoulders, though.
Yeah.
And you can feel there's strength there. There's this instinctive attempt to move because he said go to your friends, but he hasn't let go, and you can't move. He's almost waiting for you to agree, or at least respond, for his next move.
Hellish rebuke.
Does that require him to physically damage you, though,
He does,
cause hit point damage? Okay.
I don't think I can actually do it.
No.
I mean, I can't do anything, so I give up.
Are you saying that?
Well, yeah, he'll feel my... I guess he's holding me
slacking?
tightly, yeah.
Okay.
My shoulders will slacken.
He feels that and lets go immediately after.
Yeah, that's all I could do.
This task will take you to Korth and back. You are bound there anyway. I grieve, but celebrate the lives that I have taken. For I feel like they will develop into something more, into a safety that we do not feel yet, but will come with time. Are you ready for this quest to begin?
Yeah, we do quests. Guys.
I'll have you know that the only reason that I am agreeing to this is self-preservation. I have no binds to you whatsoever. I don't believe in your cause, but I value living.
So in a way, we all value the living, but just differently.
I understand.
Guys.
I don't see that we have an option here. May your country forever reign in servitude and as slaves to your ideology. Which is what you're making us do.
So tell us what you need to tell us, but do it quickly and let us go, because I'm sick of looking at you.
4 words. That is all. Each of you will get 1 word. You can share what that word is to each other, but it will bind you together. Are you ready?
Why don't you write mine down so I don't forget?
For the magic to bind you, it has to be said. Has to be said to each of you individually. It is a task that together you will succeed.
Can I determine whether he's not sharing anything about
Insight.
this? Like,
Yeah.
specifically, I'm like, is this motherfucker like actually doing something real negative to us that we don't know about?
Yeah, sure. Inside that.
Absolutely is.
9.
Okay.
Nah, he honest as fuck.
You can't tell. Yeah, you can't tell if there's any deception here. He seems to be imploring. There seems to be almost a begging to agree. There's desperation in his voice, but this is to you, Kailani. But it's difficult to tell if there's anything underlying with his words. And he says, at the last, as you leave, I said that there will be no bloodshed, but I do need 1 more thing. And then you receive a word in your mind, Ivor. And as you blink, the word is burnt behind your eyelids.
Ow.
And you blink and you feel a slight bit of pain as the word find envelops your mind. Find. You see letters, Rin. You can't seem to form an understanding of what they entail.
So mean.
Maybe my disability will be my saving.
You
Don't ask me to decipher it, please.
you receive a word in your mind, lock.
Yeah.
Kill. And Kailani, you receive a word behind your eyes, a word spelt out, Volen.
How do I spell that?
Volen. And after you take a moment to understand what this means, you hear the words of Lord Dorez say, "Thank you. I understand this is self-preservation for you." There's thankfully, no time frame for this.
Nice.
But I will know if you have attempted and failed. Good luck. Hopefully by the time you return, anything east of Vedica will be a better place.
And what exactly will happen to us if we don't achieve this goal you've forced us into?
I'm afraid there's little I can do to cause punishment. I do not intend for any punishment to be had, simply for the quest to be fulfilled. Eventually, you will be drawn to this quest. Your footsteps will take you there, eventually, whether or not you choose it.
Well, I hope someone kills you first.
Should I die before the quest is fulfilled, then you are free of your binds.
Fantastic.
Neato. Well, it was good meeting you, man. Yeah, I guess we'll just show ourselves out.
Vedika is now no longer with the captain, no longer with the mayor. Turn to House Denise. They will bring order to the city, and they will make it right, and I will no longer interfere with the happenings above.
It's interesting that you think we have that power. I'm going to make my way over to Lila and assist Maury with making sure if he allows us to, we make a move safely out.
I'll pick up the ring as I leave.
Okay.
If there's any, goop in it, kind of the sides.
Ring it out?
Yeah.
Ring it out. Okay, cool.
Gross.
As you wipe down the ring and you head through the passageways again into the barrel room and up into the former mayor's home.
Is there glass shoes there?
Pardon?
Are there glass shoes there?
Glass shoes?
Yeah.
Avalayas.
Avalayas, didn't she have glass shoes?
Oh, sure, sorry. You did see them, yes. You did see glass shoes. Are you wanting to do anything before you left with those?
Yeah, I'll grab them for Lila.
Sure.
She wants them.
Okay. Are you doing or saying anything else before you make it out of the home into the daylight again? Maury stays silent. Lila stays silent. If nothing is said, then as you walk out, Lila is supported by Maury and yourself, and she takes a moment outside of the doorway where now the snow no longer falls and the grey cloud seems to start to be dispersing, showing a bit of sunlight coming through. Rays of sun glitter the ground, and this little bit of warmth now starts to occur around you. House Denny guards are still surrounding the home. They look a little confused as you all arrive and Captain Troon is not there with you. And you see Lila shake her head and smile. And she says, "He was a powerful being. In the mere minutes that we have left, he's probably not there anymore.
Sorry about you, Mum.
She gives another sad smile as she says, "That wasn't my mother."
That's good. How do you know? As in, you mean like metaphorically? That wasn't her?
My mother is not dead.
How do you know?
She's fucking crying and shit then.
Yeah. Good acting.
A ruse. One that I hope that he believed. I don't know what that was, but my mother is more powerful than that to be captured. She hides because she knows of his power. She's probably on her way back to the 12 to really tell them what's going on.
I guess you don't need these then. And I'll get them as mementos.
They are hers. I will take them and return them to her. I thank you for retrieving them.
Right. Why don't you rest as well?
Are you okay?
It took me a moment to understand of the deceit, but my mother is devious and powerful.
Do you understand why I did what I did?
Of course. Completely. He was retrieving or attempting to retrieve magic, and that would have made him very powerful.
Then whose magic is he siphoning off?
A clone.
Of course. If only we had seen it. Perhaps you should return home and sleep.
No, not with this lunatic around. I'm sorry to be deceitful, but I could not say otherwise. Not in that moment.
Yes, but...
And whatever power he now has over you, I will attempt to dispel.
Oh, yeah. What's everyone's word?
If we say it out loud, isn't that bad?
I also believe they completed the ritual, didn't it? You mentioned something about that.
You should probably write yours down.
No.
Okay.
No one will know about this apart from me. And I don't know what it is. So fuck that guy.
That solves that problem.
Do you have any idea of what this kind of incarnation would be?
It's a curse of sorts. Binds you together. It's stopped you from... generally speaking, I can see the magic that has bound you. It's as though it's a tether of sorts. Should one of you die, this tether, or this entire quest fails as well. And I don't want that to happen either. So I will try and unbind you.
Well, the thing with the curse, though, is usually where I have not seen any, or he hasn't really spoken of any real negative other than perhaps to compel us to complete this quest for him.
He seemed quite blasé about it all, didn't he?
Yes.
A little odd considering the work he was doing down there. That was truly Captain Gerald and Mayor Island. They are now no longer with us. It's a shame Captain Troon was part of the deceased, but we didn't know any better.
He's gone now.
He might still be falling.
I've heard stories if you fall so far, you might end up in the demon wastes.
Goodness.
Usually when you
Chasms,
fall that distance, you tend to suffocate before you hit the ground.
I once heard of a drow falling that far in the Mora holes.
How do they know that?
Oh, you haven't pushed anyone from a height before.
No, but how do they know they suffocated before they hit the ground?
Because they're dead before they hit the ground.
Yeah, but wouldn't they have to be with somebody else while they fell?
How could they tell? Yeah, when they get to the bottom, they're like, oh, this guy suffocated.
I think there are actually magics that can follow people while they're not.
This is the kind of thing that this guy's figuring out down there.
Anyway, that was quite humiliating.
Yes, it was. But we lived. We
That
didn't.
is important.
We didn't die.
But I did find out that he's undead. Not that that's a big shock or anything.
And he doesn't know the Lady of Lips, apparently.
And they're not vampires. They're necromancers.
And the city's got two big troubles. That guy and the Lady of Lips thing are two separate.
House beneath will have their hands, will their work cut out for them.
All we can do is tell them about this. We'll go to Officer Venonia, we'll let her know, and she may need reinforcements. What do you think about what they talked about in Valinar and the Moral Holds? What he said?
The Civil War and the dwarves going
madness.
I won't lie, I kind of stopped paying attention. What did they say?
Well, he was saying that things happen around us that we're not aware of, and that is fair enough. The world is a big place. But there is a madness or a curse that's holding the dwarves in check, and Valinar is on the verge of civil war or something.
Once every 10 years, something happens in the Moral Holds. There's some horrible thing. One of the 12 will come there and, I don't know, wipe out half the population. Something. That's usually how it goes. Do you know how many memorials there are in the
You
Moral Holds?
really don't like the 12, do you?
Do you know how many memorials there are in the Moral Holds? They like line them up. It's like the first time, and then with the spiders, and then there was the second one where they came and killed all those original guys.
Well, the good news is you and I both have something in common, and that's the places that we're from are potentially falling apart.
There was a third one when our current king.
What about him?
He killed a bunch of people. There was a battle. And other assorted events. It's a good place.
Where should we go now?
Full of public holidays.
Shall I attempt to unbind this curse immediately?
This is really funny, sorry.
I think maybe we make our way, stick to the plan, make our way towards Korth.
Well, Maury, yes. How are you feeling about that now?
Maury, after comforting Lila and discovering the result, says, "I'm pleased. I'm pleased about Lila's mother not being killed. That would have been a powerful figure that we wouldn't have had as an ally. The 12 are intact, as it were. The detriment here is obviously your curse and whatever word has been instilled in your minds. I am particularly distressed at all of the undead and vile experiments that are going on. It's certainly not a respect for the dead. This is completely opposite of what my people would be achieving here. We could do so much more of a clean way, a good way. So, look, I am unnerved, to say the least. I must tell Aranel what is happening here. I don't know of their response, but it is best that they are aware so that they can make a wise decision as to whether to incorporate their culture with Corvair or whether to avoid it.
Can they intervene?
I'm concerned if they do, what they will bring.
Fair.
I'm kind of worried that maybe they already have. You said that there's a couple of people in the Undying Court that could rival Avalea in power.
Yes.
When you've been doing the talking to the dead, you draw those runes on the ground. They're different, but they don't look all too dissimilar from the ones that you saw.
They are cousins in a way.
Well, is it possible that maybe you're not the first Aranel elf that's come over here?
You think someone from an Aranel carved those red runes?
Well, it's more similar to that than anything else that anyone seems to have seen.
But they are completely opposite in their powers, in their magics. There's, in fact, no way for a member of the Undying Court they have no knowledge of that magic.
Yeah, like second cousins.
They only know the positive energies of the earth, and they are... I'm simply afraid that they will bring more power. They will perhaps even invade to put an end to this evil. That will do no good for Aranel or for Corvair.
I don't know. Every time I think that we are onto something, there's a different something, so...
It's unnerving, yes. Perhaps he was lying about the Lady of Lips. Perhaps he is, in fact, part of that.
I don't know.
It is possible he was lying.
Well, yes, it's very hard to trust someone's word who puts little drawings on the inside of my eyelids.
That is an intense thing to do.
Are we heading to Korth immediately, then?
I think we keep moving.
How many days travel north is that?
It's west of us. And you know, from Vedikar,
A lot of transit, a lot of northern travel.
it's it's very, very far. It'd be a good month and a half or so of travel.
Jesus.
So lightning rail going?
Airship.
Yeah, airship.
The Jurasco doors did say they had one.
Parked outside.
I don't know. We should probably look into maybe some items that can fight undead.
Yeah.
Between here and Korth is the Nightwood. As far as my reading goes, says Maury, I would say traversing the Nightwood would be a quicker path, but there are more dangers within the Nightwood. There are paths either side. The northern route takes us between the Nightwood and the Ashen Spires through Atur. The south takes us through Carlecton and Vergensley up into Korth through the south. Either way, it will be a longer travel, though perhaps safer. So an airship, of course, it would take us straight over in a faster speed. We could do that.
I think airship is good.
May be more expensive unless they could loan it or gift it to us.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything because Locke blew up the body, but I guess if it's not your mother, you owe me.
Oh, fuck.
162 gold pieces and 24 silver. That may help pay for our airship.
Yeah, fair enough. How much again? Hold.
162 gold pieces and 24 silver.
Okay.
Is that all of your gold?
No. But yeah, I do take some time to portion that out and begrudgingly. Yeah, all right, there you go.
Okay, well, maybe we stop by and speak to the dwarves and see if we can use the airship. Any other ideas?
No, I like it.
No? Okay. Shall we?
When Rin says that, I'll look over at let's just say Alia. Lila, and has she reacted in any way?
Nope.
Okay, good. Because I was going to remind her she said it first. I just said it in his mind.
Lila says, from what I see, I'll be communicating exactly what I saw to the administration and to Mother. I'm sorry I didn't mention about her. It's a sore point in my
Sorry
path.
I was such a bitch to her in front of you.
You weren't to know, and even if you did, I wouldn't have been surprised. She's aloof like that. Rude.
Worth speaking, though, if you are going to let the administration know, it might be worth seeing if they can assist with travel. I know
If
they
we
don't like to give much, but
if we want to spend the night here, I can possibly ask them. Yes.
might be worthwhile with information like this, I guess.
Shall I try?
How would you talked about untangling our curse? I don't know if it'll be that simple, but how would you go about it?
There are some quite powerful magics that I can perhaps ask for to the administration as well. They may have some scrolls they could deliver. It may not be an immediate effect, but to receive the scrolls to undo that intricate magic.
I mean, it's worth trying.
Yeah. Absolutely, I might be able to.
You may be able to.
Or think to understand something, or perhaps if I could send a letter, get some help for it as well.
Sure.
Let me think on that for a moment, though.
What if we had a real sharp knife, and you scrape those words off, and you blast us with a little bit of healing magic.
I'd rather not.
Get a little bit of heal.
Sure.
Is that the verbal component of it?
Yeah, but that's suggestion, nice and quick.
Speaking of, as much as I'm enjoying this conversation, I am standing out here in the middle of the day, covered in blood. If we could make a move, it might be less suspicious.
To my house, then, says Lila.
That might not be the safest place currently.
It's protected with powerful magics.
That's true. I take it back.
It's probably the only place it is at the moment.
Great.
While the town slowly gets wind of what's happened here, I think it might be as good a place as any to sleep.
After you?
She and you all soon find your way back within the more populous part of Vedica and towards Lila's home. You see no one that you recognize over that time. You don't pass by the hospital of House Jurasco, nor do you pass by the Stone Guard, nor do you pass by... You take a different route, or at least Lila does. She explains that is because she's preferring to make sure you all are at your best strength in case you run across anyone else that you don't want to converse with. And you make it to her home. Opening the door and shutting it again, she lets you in, and you find your belongings there, and you feel that familiar comfort.
She had somewhere to clean myself up.
Yep. So you head up. Maury, before you go, performs some healing magics on you, and you all heal fully as well.
Good.
Oh no,
Good.
You did take a little bit from landing, yes.
From my dope dive.
Maury goes afterward into a bit of a trance of sorts, as Lila just cleans her home up a little bit, puts things away, prepares for an afternoon tea of sorts where she offers fruits and snacks.
While Lila's out of earshot, I'm just going to turn to my companions. I think her mum might be dead. Like, this seems like denial, right? Am I the only one? Is it just me?
I don't know. There's already fake her bones. Why not fake her body?
We should have asked about that. She's so forthgiving, coming with information.
Yeah, how did she know? When I asked her, I'm like, how did you know it's fake? She's like, my mum would have hidden.
Oh yeah, I would have landed that blow with the stake, which...
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was being so sneaky with that. It would have been a cool thing.
It was a good idea.
I wonder if it would have worked. Because he was undead.
Sure, it did work.
Oh, I'll pass it to you. Keep it in your possession. Perhaps there'll be another chance. I hope there's another chance.
Sometimes we can just be like, hey, good job. See ya. And just leave. And if we feel really strongly about whatever bad thing's happening, you just come back later on with more guys.
Well, I didn't know what to do. He's like, I only reacted when he was like, nah, you're going to end up like them.
Yes, I must admit that was my biggest driving force.
But then,
And I don't want to be cursed. And also, I believe that was to be Lila's mum.
no, I still think it was her mum. But, yeah, we lived. We're fine. If anything, net positive. The least the number of people died that really needed to. Be due to our actions today.
Not sold on Captain Troon.
Yeah, I feel like he was going to die no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter how that went.
As in, I mean, I don't know how truthful he was being about that.
Well, either way, it's not on us.
No, I'm glad he's dead.
Let's all take a moment. Let's all take a moment now to forgive ourselves. Everyone feeling good?
There's nothing to forgive.
There you go. That's exactly the kind of attitude I'm talking about.
Sorry, I thought you'd gone upstairs.
I'm too confused to know if I did something bad.
But if you did, do you forgive yourself?
Well, I guess I don't know if I do, but I don't know if I need it.
You
so
didn't do anything bad.
That's exactly the attitude. You guys are getting it. I forgive me too.
That's pretty messed up what you said about her mum.
What did I say about
When
her
she
mum?
was there.
Say any old shit to live. I don't even remember what I said about her mum. What did I say?
I don't remember either.
Right? It was more like it was just tactless that I was so uncaring about her mum. But fortunately that wasn't her mum, or was it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I forgive you for going along with it.
Hey, singers, how we all got cursed eyes now? Are we beyond being a posse? Are we a pack?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're bound to one another apparently now. Tethered even.
That sounds a little bit more than a posse.
What, you wanted to give us a name?
No, I just want to be a pack.
Will you accept his sneezes if he's a part of your pack?
This might make it easier, but no.
I forgive me for sneezing.
Maybe we can condition you into accepting sneezes.
I can't help it. It just does something in my brain.
I have considered
Plus, it
casting calm emotions on you when that happens.
hey, maybe you should.
But I feel like that would be a bit rude to deny you of your feelings.
Yeah, no.
I was very close to throwing a knife at you. But no one would have seen it and it wouldn't have left a mark, but you would have felt it.
See, he forgives you for that.
I do, I forgive you for that.
Well, we've got our forgiving circle going on.
Yeah, well, you taught me I forgive myself if I do it to you.
Amara, is there anything
No,
you
you can't
forgive
prove-
yourself?
you can't prove-
Amara!
Kalani.
Fuck! 2 campaigns ago.
Damn.
You can't pre-forgive yourself for bullshit you're planning to do.
Oh no, you're adding extra rules into this forgiveness
No,
thing.
you got to post-forgive yourself quickly.
Alright, I'll just do it then.
No, because that's still pre-forgive. It's got to be spontaneous.
Now you're getting it.
Yeah. Spontaneously forgive yourself.
Kalani, do you forgive yourself for anything?
Fucking asshole.
No.
Or forgive us for anything?
Like what?
I don't know. I'm just getting in on this circle. Forgiveness.
Yeah.
No, I think there are actions, and actions have consequences, and don't necessarily need to forgive those.
What does that ring do?
That's true, Kalani. Even if he was actually charmed, he's still aggressive.
That was a
Rigid.
generalized statement, by the way. That wasn't directed at Captain Truton. For that, I'm not sorry.
I have no idea what the ring does. I didn't feel it right that I keep it, if that was actually her mum. But now that it is, I kind of wish I knew what it was.
What, did you give it back to her?
I gave her back the slippers and the ring, yeah.
All right.
Which I think is the right thing to do. You should have mementos.
Yeah. Well,
in case.
Yeah.
If it does turn out that that is in fact her mum, she'll want those.
Mm.
She's gonna be so pissed off at us when she finds out. If it was her mum.
No, be fine. She said she understood.
Yeah. Let's not worry about it.
But, do you want to double down? I say it's not her mum. This time.
Oh, like a rebet.
I can't.
Double or nothing.
You should totally do that.
So you're saying it's not her mum?
I'm saying it's not her mum, and I will bet you 324 gold pieces and 48 silver.
All right, deal.
Let me write that down.
Wait, you can't. Do you want me to?
Sorry, I should have said, let me write that down.
Okay. Is there anything that any one of you wish to do before? I'm assuming you want to eat and rest.
Yeah.
How far away is the forge from where I'm at?
Where? The forge.
Yeah.
The forge is about a 10-minute walk from where you are. You mean at the hospital where the dwarves are? About 10-minute walk, yeah. Lila comes back. She gives you these snacks. The day doesn't seem to pass as quickly as you would probably like. The day slows a little.
I'll perch myself that windowsill that I was watching out for Lila the first time we stayed here. I'd just perch myself and keep an eye out.
Cool. Okay. No worries. As you watch the day and the afternoon go by, is there anything else you'd like to do as Maury just continues to meditate a little on the couch in that same front room that leads into into the street beyond? Are you just looking out towards the town, Kalani, doing anything?
Yeah,
looking
not
out for
even
anything?
not even consistently like, what's out there?
Cool.
It's just more kind of like, well, I'm passing the day by. If I see something great, if I don't, I'm not actively staring for it.
Sure. Okay.
Considering everything, I'd like to keep my mind a bit busy. I might head out for a bit and get some ingredients.
All right.
Look, if we're killing
Feel
time.
free to join if you wish. If not, I won't be long.
I'm going to stay.
Yeah, look, I might, given how unnatural everything has been for the last while, I might go find like a dustbin or something like that and go outside and scoop up some dirt, get some of those seeds from the bag that I got at the very start, and I'll use Druidcraft to kind of create a little bonsai forest of sprouts and contemplate home and nature.
Okay.
And maybe the fact that last episode Abalaya mentioned the beast in the forest. I'll be thinking on that.
Mm-hmm. And where are you doing that specifically?
Just in the room, somewhere in the living room, whatever.
Just gathering the ingredients, bringing it back in?
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
And it'd just be like on a windowsill, making all that happen.
All right. As you watch outside and you gather your ingredients, what are you getting?
I'm going to visit the forge if possible to go see Ulthun,
yep.
Broglig and Fergan.
Mm-hmm.
I'll head straight down to the bottom and I'm just going to ask them if they have shavings of silver that I can gather up if they've got loose.
They give you a fair patch of it for free. They what is that a spell component for?
Holy water.
Holy water, sure. For the purposes of measurement, you get enough silver shavings for 20 vials of holy water.
Jesus.
Dope. That's pretty generous. I'll have a drink with one of them.
Okay.
And
problem.
tell them about... I won't tell them about the guy, the Lord, but I'll tell them about the mayor.
Sure.
What we found.
Okay.
And if they had any insights into something like that, if they've seen before or know of, being because they're a part of House Jurasco for the healing.
Yes.
And if they know of anybody, maybe or if they have any advice for counting undead or necrotic, I'll pay them for that information if they want it.
Not any payment, but you get to discussion about that, sure.
And I'm going to make a stop by as well and see if I can pick up like a decent bag of salt.
Okay.
For some other stuff later on.
Okay. You get about, for the purposes of travel, that you can get for 5 copper pieces to get a kilo of salt if you want it.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yep, no problem. Is it enough?
Feeling salty.
Yeah, it should be.
Cool.
It should be plenty.
In addition, would I be able to go into the kitchen of Lila's house and see if I can find any flour?
It's in the same room as the lounge you're in now. Going in, you find flour pretty easily, yes.
I will specifically take a pouch of flour.
Sure. All right.
And yeah, I can do all that. You can tell me later or message me if you want. If they tell me anything.
With information,
Yeah.
sure. We'll get to that during the week.
And it's kind of, once I've done those chores, I'll probably head straight back to.
Okay.
I'd imagine if I sat and drank and talked to them, I'd probably be a little bit longer.
A little while, yes, yes. So you 3 continue to wait in the home. Lila disappears for maybe another 10 minutes or so, and then comes back once you've gathered your ingredients and are just contemplating. You're all contemplating. Are you doing anything particularly, Ivor?
I just don't want to be alone with Lila.
Yep. And you're not. She tends to disappear every now and again and come back.
I'm unsettled by her self-denial.
Okay. As she... Yes? Please.
The paper here is pretty good, right?
Yep.
If I can pick up some paper as well.
Yeah, you get about 20 pages.
How much is that?
It'll be another silver piece. For 20 pages.
Nice.
You just want the 20?
Yeah, I think I've got enough. Do you need anything, or would I know? Do you need anything specific for? I'm gonna do it gold first. If you're writing spell scrolls, do you need specific? Like
paper or
like
paper.
ink or something like that?
No.
That's fine?
No, there's just your magical prowess is fine. Yes,
Okay.
that's enough. As you gather what you need, in the meantime, I like the gathering. It's very good little gathering ingredients. Well done. The last thing you see before we close
We all
for the
die.
evening is Lila's just, again, basically packing her things. It seems like she's preparing to leave Vedica. She's gathering her clothes. She's, just slowly starting to pack her bags a little bit more neatly in preparation. She comes down every now and again and just makes sure everyone's okay. And she comes down one last time, and as she's packing a couple of dry rations and putting them into her bag, she sits and sighs in relief. And she says, "It's not easy packing, isn't it? It's just a little ways to go, but we'll be out sooner rather than later. The good thing is, before we go, we'll stop by and we'll make sure that I introduce you before we leave, and then once we are out of Vedica, perhaps we'll be better off or better equipped to make our way safely there.
Introduce us.
She leans back in her couch a little next to Maury, and she smiles, and she has a bit of a relaxed look about her. And she says, "Yeah, introduce you. I'm sure when you finally meet one of the 12, it will be more relief to come to understand what we have on our side."
Like who?
We've discussed this.
Which one of the 12?
Well, I told you she's coming very shortly. Avalea.
We met her already.
She gives you this odd look, confused, and she says, "Oh, I wasn't aware."
You were there.
No, I'm sorry. You must have been mistaken. I've not.
Hand on weapon immediately.
Yeah, we must be confused. Let's not upset her.
Where did we meet you?
She shakes her head and says, "This is a dire situation, everyone. I don't think we should be jesting at this."
Where did we meet you, Lila?
Yeah, poor form.
For the first time.
In front of the stone guard. Please, in the time before we leave, we will meet Avalea. She will guide us, and she will hopefully give us some tools to be able to defeat whatever evil is happening here. And she gets up, and she goes towards the back room, and you're not there.
Damn.
And she continues to pack her bags.
I'm gonna, if I can, follow her. And I'm just gonna stare at her and see if I can notice any imperfections or anything weird or different that would make me believe that someone is impersonating her.
Okay.
Or whether I can think back and remember anything that was slightly off about her.
Okay.
Don't freak her out.
As you react like this and start to follow her over, you follow her as she continues to pack. And Maury, at that point, opened his eyes at that comment, all those comments, and looked quite alarmed. And we'll leave it there for this evening as we come to understand your journey out of Korth is at hand. Thank you very much, everybody. Well done. Well done, everyone. Stress.
Stress.
Not feeling so secure about my double nothing bet now.
Well, yeah.
Oh dear.
Can I message you someone to raid, please?
Oh yes, please. Yeah, please. We'll be raiding. Thank you everybody for joining us. Appreciate it. I'm going to get the massage, and then we're going to raid, and we're going to have a good time and say hi to them. Of course we are. Of course, we're going to raid. Oh, Terraria.
Been a while.
Nice. We're going to raid LNL Covers, an amazing artist. We're going to raid, and I'm going to tap on raid. Start
Hey,
raid
good night,
now.
Promethean, and congratulations on winning your date with Jordan.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Well done. We're going to raid
Where are
in
you
5
taking me?
seconds. All the best, everyone. Have a great week. We'll see everyone next week for more mystery. And
Or you'll see me when I go live with Promethean, whatever that might
Exactly.
happen in BG3 Bardcore.
correct. Have a good night,
Fuck.
everybody. Take care. See you later.
Amen.